sounds I'm breathing in. Hold tight, chemicals collide. Hold tight, hold tight, hold tight. Dripping lights paint the skies, all because of you. Dripping lights paint the skies, only you can make me move. You can make me move. Can make me move. You can make me move.
Buggy. Chowing down on breakfast. What's up? What's up?
Make it last forever. Stop in time.
Little reheated chuck steak. It's okay.
Hold tight, chemicals collide. Hold tight, hold tight, hold tight.
Reheated chuck steak.
Dripping lights paint the skies.
I had a bunch of chuck in my fridge that was going to go bad, so I cooked it all last night. I just reheated it in a pan with some ghee. Why are you ghee? Very chewy.
Can make me move. You can make me move. Can make me move. Can make me move. You can make me
I find when you reheat it, it's still pretty good. You just got to go really small chunks. I left it kind of underdone last night, too, because I knew I was just going to be reheating it. Gotcha. I don't know why that music's so high. I literally cannot figure it out. The volume's on like 5%. Just one of them magical things. I'm going to post on Facebook quick that we're live. My music a little better now. It's down on like 2.5%. Boo Chucky Badger showed up. What's up, buddy Bob? Big announcement today for a yearly goal, boys. Big announcement for a yearly goal today. Work on my steak here a little bit. That was a good bite. Yes, puppy, I know. You're very interested in steak. One for the puppy. One for the puppy. Started filling my shelves finally. Got some books coming down here. All sorts of good stuff. I still have so much moving and stuff to do in this house right now. It's not even funny. You know, historically, I've always hated the taste of ghee. Like, I've never been huge about it. But considering it's all I can use that's close to butter on Lion, I'm starting to like it a little bit. Still got a very weird flavor. Wait for some more gang to get in here before we make our big announcement. Should probably log this so I remember how much it weighed. I also got some bone-in lamb chops for later once I finish stream. Just a side note, I might have to end the stream suddenly. My vehicle is in the shop, and I'm relying on a family member for a ride over, so if they got to go right away, once it's finished, I'm going to have to jet over there. My favorite thing in the world, spending money on vehicles. Let's just go to the next page. No, we won't. I'm also waiting on a couple big phone calls from doctors and such, so I might have a couple things I got to bop. On my vehicle, nothing. Nothing. I just needed an oil change, I needed an inspection, and I need front brake pads. Hopefully, fingers crossed, I only need brake pads. Hopefully I don't need rotors and the whole shebang, so we'll see. Waiting on a phone call. Alright, 12 p.m. we have chuck steak. And alright, so that's log. Oh, dude, old Yondas and Yoders, man, I'm telling you, they're the most reliable shits ever made. I had buddies in the late 90s, early 2000s. Yeah, my F-150's done really good. It's starting to get old. It's really weird because the last few years I was kind of trapped in a hole of, like, we've talked about it, my void, my depression, stuck in gaming. So that truck is kind of sat for years. It's the first brand new vehicle I've ever purchased. I bought it brand new with like 8 miles on it. It is now, this fall, it will be 7 years old. It'll be 7 years old this fall. It only has 23,000 miles. I've only put 23,000 on that thing in 7 years. So essentially, it's still brand new. It's done great. It does great mileage-wise, too. I get almost 18 a gallon on a full-size truck. I got the twin-turbo V6, the EcoBooster, so it gets crazy mileage. Crazy good mileage for a full-size truck. It's got 400 horsepower, man. I love it. I love it. It's so roomy inside. I got one of the ones, too, where it doesn't have, like, all the exterior fancy stuff. It's got, like, the bare bones stuff for the exterior, but my interior has everything. I have every piece of heated tech shit, touchscreen. I have all that shit on the inside. Your Pontiac vibe? Yeah. They're still making Pontiac? I swear they quit making Pontiacs in, like, 2008 or something. Why are you such a beggar? Man, I chewed off a lot of steak here, my God. You're going to rack it up quick, though, with all the DoorDash and stuff like that. You're going to rack up miles quick, for sure. Mm-hmm. So me and the wife made a decision about a summer goal, and we signed up for something yesterday. They stopped the vibe in 09, gotcha. I knew Pontiac quit making cars some time ago. I couldn't remember when it was, though. I know my buddy had a G8. He had one of the bad boy G8s with the big V8 in it. I think his was an 08, something like that. Oh, the old Pontiacs, dude. I've had a lot of vehicles. I've had a lot of vehicles in my life. If I had to say hands down the most bulletproof, tank-like, reliable vehicle I have ever owned in my life, 1992 Buick Century Custom. Literally invincible. That car was invincible. Toyota makes the roof rack slightly different. Yeah, I know Toyota does a lot of collaboration stuff. A lot of the Japanese market collaborates with the U.S., or they used to a lot back then. Early 2000s, late 90s, early 90s. Like a Mitsubishi, look at Mitsubishi and Dodge, like the Dodge Stealth with the 3000 GT and all that stuff. Get down. Get down. You're being rude. I'd say my two most reliable vehicles of all time was the 92 Buick Century, and I had a 93 Jeep Cherokee with the 4.0 inline six and a 5-speed manual. Dude, that thing was bulletproof. The body was rusting apart like crazy, but that thing just couldn't die. Couldn't die. I don't think I changed the oil in the last like 40,000 miles I had that thing, and it didn't even tick. Like, whew. Thing was a beast. And I wasn't nice on that Jeep, man. I spent some time in the woods on trails doing all sorts of stuff. I beat the hell out of that thing. I'll tell you what I signed up for in a little bit. We'll see if some more people come in. Big announcement. Big goal. It's going to take months worth of work to be able to do it. But me and my wife both signed up for something. I'm going to show you here in just a little bit. Get down. Come on, get down. You can't keep begging like this. Sorry, my steak's talking. Oh, hell no, no skydiving. Bought her a Benz and returned to get the Pontiac back. I bet, dude. Older Pontiacs were fucking amazing. If you guess it, I'll tell you early. Can you imagine, even with a soft landing, can you imagine what skydiving would do to my knees? Oh my God. They would just implode on landing. That slow drift towards the ground. That took you a lot of effort, Bucky. Not just one. A series of 4. We'll talk about it more later, but I'll bring it up now. So this is my local Parks and Recreation Service. They're doing the BC Park 5K series. It is 4 5K races. It's July 9th, 23rd, August 6th, August 20th. It's going to take a lot of work to get ready for this thing. A lot of work. We got 5 months to get ready for this bad boy. But we're going to do it, and I'm going to live stream every single one of them. Well, I'm going to live stream Austinango. I'm going to live stream Dorchester. Nathaniel Cole and Greenwood, I don't know if I'm going to have enough cell service to stream them. But I will stream at least 2 of them. I've never actually been to Greenwood. Greenwood, I have no idea where that even is. It's in the county somewhere, but... It wasn't bad. It was only $60 for all 4 races. And we get a t-shirt. Me and the wife are going to make up custom t-shirts. I'm going to try and get a bunch of local people behind it. I'm going to have a video dropping the word that I'm doing it soon. If we get enough people and we get enough views on the videos, maybe we can try and get some charity stuff going. Maybe. We might be able to get some charity drive stuff going. I think that'd be pretty cool. Maybe do some St. Jude stuff or something like that. We'll have to see. There's got to be a big outreach on the video when I put it out. It's going to be fun, though. I can't wait. Absolutely can't wait. Who knows? Maybe some viewers will come out and join. Kenworth, I know, dude. I know you like steak. Sorry, I'm still working on this steak, man. It's so chewy. I hate rehating steak. I always feel like I overdo it. But I'm super excited. I'm really excited for this. I hope I'm going to be able to do it. I hope nothing happens between then and there that puts me out of contention. We're going to do everything in my power. I want to be, in 5 months, going into these races, I want to be under 400. Oh, it's going to take me a 5K. 5K is going to take me minimum hour. Actually, no, not even an hour. I'm going to say minimum. At the absolute fastest, if I'm doing a lot better by then and I'm making a faster pace, maybe an hour 15. Probably an hour and a half. We're getting custom t-shirts made. It's whatever my weight is at the time. Me and my wife are going to wear custom shirts. That the back is just going to say, I'm 400 pounds, I have bad knees, but I'm still ahead of you. It's my only goal. Get it done and not finish last are my goals. And hopefully when I get my number, I can pick the number, I can get 420.69. That would be pretty dope. Okay, come here. You got me another steak. Because this one's really overdone. I don't want it. Dogs, very useful for the pieces of steak you don't want that you burnt. The nice thing is, well, here's the other thing too, is Ostenango and Dorchester. Dorchester is about a 45-minute drive away from me. Ostenango, this isn't the county I live. This is a couple counties over. But it's close enough where it's all within like an hour and 20-minute drive. But Ostenango and Dorchester are both paved. They're paved and it's flat ground the whole way. Nathaniel Cole and Greenwood are going to be grass trails and there's going to be hills and stuff. So it's going to be hard. It's going to be really hard. I love their mascot too, the dinosaur. We'll see though. We're going to see what kind of reception I get to the video when I make it. I think I'll probably put the video out tomorrow. All right, we're doing this. Let's see how Reed's weigh-in went while I'm stuffing my face here.
And it's time for midweek weigh-in again. Sunday I was 469.6 pounds. So let's see what we are today.
See if the GLP-1's working for the boy.
467.0 pounds. That takes us right at 100.2 pounds down. Y'all know we've been down 100 before.
No. This is the old one that we saw. Eh. Huh. Why is that an old one? He does weigh-ins on Sunday now, unless he already skipped doing them. Maybe he's traveling or something, isn't doing a Sunday one. Unfortunate. Well, either way, he lost last week. More power to him. Also, I'm waiting for a phone call to find out about my GLP right now. We're actually going to make a decision on what's going on with the GLP today because things have gone tragically sideways with my GLP. I think I talked about it last time, but technically if you miss your dose for over 14 days, you're supposed to revert back to the lowest dose. And, well, they said it was close enough I could go back to my normal dose. But now it's been 10 days and the pharmacy has still not filled my prescription due to a shortage. So I'm waiting for a call back to see if I'm just going off of it or I'm going to do the lowest dose again. So waiting for that call too. 8 months ago I did a 5K on the treadmill. It took 40 minutes. It was about 15 pounds lighter. I do 12-minute miles now. String 3 of those together. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Shit, on a treadmill, I'm a 30-minute mile right now. So I'm probably going to be closer to an hour and a half, maybe longer. We'll see, though. We'll see. We're going to put a lot of work in. That's awesome, though. 15-minute miles, solid, man. That's absolutely solid. That's about what my wife does. She's so much faster than me. I feel bad every time I go to the gym. My wife does 2 miles to my mile. Hey, we got another week, too. Actually, yeah, as of today, we have 1 week on the dot till wifey starts carnivore. Well, starts working in the carnivore. We're not going to just drop her right in. So much steak. It's not even a lot of steak. It's like 300 grams. Well, we got mashed German. All right, let's take a look at Tony Hampton while we're finishing eating here.
For a week, maybe a month, maybe long enough that your friends think you've joined a secret steak society. You're feeling better. Your cravings calm down. Your genes stop having an argument with you. And then you look at your coffee. You look at that little sprinkle of garlic powder. You look at the cheese in the fridge like it's your ex texting, "Hey stranger." And suddenly you're asking the question that every carnivore eventually asks. Doc, is this allowed? Welcome to the carnivore gray area. The place where
Carnivore
diet
gray
purity
area.
meets
That's
real
where I'm
life,
gonna live in
and
it.
where people can argue about cinnamon longer than they argue about politics at Thanksgiving. Today I'm giving you a practical carnivore cheat sheet by ranking
Keto,
5
pee, and
borderline
breathe?
foods:
Huh?
coffee, dairy, spices, honey, and gums. Not based on vibes, based on what most commonly affects inflammation, gut symptoms, sleep, cravings, and
She might just
insulin.
stay keto.
The stuff that
We never
actually
know. She
moves
might
the
just stay
needle.
keto.
And I'm going to say something that might shock the internet.
Basically, what we've come up with is I'm going to start her on the weight loss diet that I was doing. She'll be doing that for 2 weeks. Then she'll ease into keto. And I've basically said that's all she's required to do. Get on to keto. Maintain on keto. If you want to go carnivore, cool. If not, stay keto. Fuck it. Keto, ketovore, carnivore, whatever. As long as you're in that direction, you're doing much, much better than what you're eating now. So, last piece of steak. It looks so tough, though. Oh, God, it is. Ugh. I was going to save her life. It is. She needs it. Type 2, man. I want to see her type 2 completely reversed. Well, I was going to give the dog a little piece, but he ran away. Yeah. I saw you had a video out on it today. I'm sure it's paywalled, though. I think it's going to be paywalled on the Healing Humanity website. You watched it in his theater? Man has a theater? Jesus. Mans has a personal theater with 300K subs. Get my ass to 300K subs. Holy shit. That was good. Whew. All right. Wait, you have a personal theater, or are you talking like his local movie theater? They screened it or something? He owned it before his channel got big? Gotcha. Give me some of that 300 sub fucking money. My God. I'll tell you what, channel-wise, content-wise, I'm in a rut. I'm in a fucking rut, boys. 100-year-old plus theater, that's awesome. Awesome. I love old architecture. Older architecture absolutely trumps newer stuff. He's done video tours on it. Maybe we'll check that out today. We got a lot to get through today. We got some more editing stuff to do. Whole bunch of things. There, did my post go through? Yes, it did. But I am I'm in a rut. I'm in an absolute rut with my videos. My views have gone to nothing. I feel creativity wise, I'm in an absolute rut. And I feel like it's just winter. It's just winter. I feel so limited with what I can do for videos right now because I can't film in my gym. Everything I'm doing right now is just videos in my house and stuff that, you know, aren't too crazy. I feel like I'm just making the same video 5 days a week. I feel like every single day of the week I'm just making the same video packaged slightly different. And I'm in a rut. I got to figure it out. We're going to get there, though. We're going to get there. Right.
If you're
Back to
doing
Tony.
carnivore to heal, your results matter more than your
Pull my
labels.
phone out in case
Because
we
your
get some
body does not care
information.
what you call yourself. Your gut doesn't read your Instagram bio and say, oh wow, 95% carnivore. Let's stop bloating. So here's the framework. Carnivore isn't one diet. It's
Yeah,
a
I'm
spectrum.
gonna have to.
At one end, strict ruminant meat and water, usually used as
The
a
other problem is like
elimination
even
plan for auto.
even touching base with other creators is not an easy task. Oh, I do. I write everything down. I don't know. I just feel like short-wise, I'm just in a rut. There's like nothing I can do except make the same videos over and over and over. I feel like I have no diversity because I can only do so many workouts. I'm stuck in home. I can't film in my gym. I need the second gym. I really do. I'm going to feel so awkward about filming in a full gym, though, dude. I feel like I'm going to get like called out by people and shit in the gym and like, ugh. I don't know. It's gonna be weird. No, I got an ideal ledger. It's mostly long form stuff. I got tons of ideas for short form stuff, but it's all shit I need to be able to go outside for. I have awesome comedy ones and this and that and routines and other stuff, but it's like it's all stuff I need outdoors for. I am literally dying for summer to get here, guys. Not even summer, just spring, dude. And I'm pretty sure that goddamn rodent, Punxsutawney fucking Philium, fucked me this year. He lives in my state, and he fucked me.
Autoimmune issues, severe IBS.
Literally the fucking town whose population grows by like 1,000% one day a year, then everyone just fucks
Skin
off
flares,
because there's literally
cravings,
nothing to do in
or
Punxsutawney.
metabolic dysfunction. In the middle, meat focus with a few
Punxsutawney
extras that don't wreck
Philium.
results.
Actually,
at
I'm
the
curious. Did
other-
Punxsutawney Philium actually happen? He emerged at Gobbler's Knob in Pennsylvania under clear skies around 7:25 a.m. in freezing temperatures, spotted his shadow, and proclaimed 6 more weeks of winter. Punxsutawney Philium fucked me. He fucked me. The classic bad news outcome. Dude, just that whole sentence, man. The whole sentence. He emerged at Gobbler's Knob in Pennsylvania under clear skies and freezing temperatures. Speaking of freezing, that's another downer, man. It's been like -5 for a week straight up here. It is fucking misery. Although, they do say Phil's track record is only 35 to 40% accurate. Astronomically, on March 20th, oh, fucking sweet. I don't need crazy spring. I don't need nuclear summer. I just need like 40 degrees out again. That's it. That's it. All right, back to Tony.
Other end,
Tony
I'm
Hahn.
carnivore-ish, but my
I wanna
coffee
talk
has
to
more
Samson.
ingredients than my
Fly
mom's
me to
sweet
the
potato pie.
moon
No
and back.
shame, but we need clarity. So today, I'm ranking these gray area foods from most carnivore compatible to most likely to
Yeah,
do.
it's like, see, the thing is, most of my big ideas are long forms. I need shorts right now. I need longs too. I got long forms that are in the works. I don't have a ton of time this week. I am doing, tomorrow we have a grocery haul that I'm not looking forward to tomorrow. We're going to spend so much fucking money. We have one of those grocery hauls tomorrow where it's literally going to be, I mean, we need everything. We need fucking everything. We need light bulbs. We need paper towels. We need toilet paper. We need toiletries. We need shampoo. I mean, we need everything. We need like the entire house shop. So tomorrow I am going to be up in Sam's Club filling, I don't know. Oh. 4 carts probably. Probably not 4. 2 or 3 carts of Sam's tomorrow. It's going to be good. That is a good call, though, Betty. Maybe I could turn that into a short in the next couple days. Long form stuff I'm planned out for a little bit. I got one. It's going to take me a couple weeks probably. I probably won't have one until this one's out because it's super important to me, and I think it's one that's either gonna make it in a real big way or get me canceled, one or the other. I don't know yet. I have 700 subs. Try and cancel me. Fuck cancel proof. I don't give a shit.
Real progress.
I don't
and
give a
before
damn.
somebody comments, but Dr. Hampton, honey is natural. I say, so is poison ivy. Natural doesn't mean do what you want. All right, word of the day. Because we're
I do love
classy
some
over
honey.
here.
Oh, my buddy Beekeeps, man. He drops off honey for me every year. It's so hard not to have that stuff.
Today's word is dose.
It's
Dose
so
means
hard.
the amount matters. A teaspoon of something is not the
It's so cool seeing every time he drops off a new bottle, like the color differences and stuff from the type of flowers they were getting the pollen from. Like, it's so cool.
same as I bathed my ribeye in it and called it a lifestyle. The dose makes the difference between tolerated and why I'm itchy and
You got
tired.
doctor
of it.
in front of
Now
your
let's
name. You
rank
can
these
afford
5.
ribeyes. We can't,
Number 5
motherfucker.
on the most likely to cause problems list is honey. I'm starting with the spiciest one because I love you. Honey is basically sugar with a good public relations team. Yes.
Yes.
It has trace nutrients. Yes. It has antioxidant compounds, but metabolically, it's mostly glucose and fructose, carbohydrates that can
Yeah, that was
spike
pretty
insulin,
simple one. We know that.
increase hunger signals, and light up cravings in
No
people
chapters.
who are insulin resistant or sugar sensitive. And fructose has a
Five
special
cents
talent. It likes to head straight to the liver. For many people, especially those already dealing with fatty liver or metabolic syndrome, honey can quietly turn into, why am I hungry again in 45 minutes?
Yeah.
If your goal is fat loss,
Pretty sure the Egyptians had there was a good line from the Egyptians about honey. What was the Egyptian line about consuming too much honey? Oh, if you find honey, eat just enough, too much of it, and you will vomit. Nah, it's not the one I'm thinking of. Too much of a good thing. Yeah. Pleasures knowledge. There's some Egyptian quote I saw a while back on honey. Matches exactly too much honey phrasing. Whatever. Maybe it's some bullshit anyway, but
appetite control, or metabolic healing, honey is the most likely of these 5 to pull you out of the groove. So my rule is simple. If you're using honey, you're not in the gray area anymore. You're building a little sugar porch onto the carnivore house. If you're metabolically healthy, super active, and using a tiny amount as a deliberate choice,
I think the only time I ever really use honey is when I have black tea. I have like Earl Grey or certain other teas and stuff like that, some sleepy time. A little dab of honey in there will set you straight. But outside of that, I really don't ever use honey for anything.
fine. But if you're
Actually, that's a lie. Pre-carnivore, I had a shrimp recipe for my air fryer. I was doing, it was Old Bay, paprika, garlic salt, honey, a dash of olive oil, black pepper, red pepper flakes, and I think that was it. That was, man, I'm telling you what, you mix all that stuff up with some shrimp in the air fryer, oh my God. That is some seasoning right there. Is this honey raw, my buddies? Yeah. Completely raw honey. Yep.
healing, honey is a later food, not a now food. Number 4, gums. And yes, we're talking about the stuff in keto-friendly products. Xanthan gum, gar gum, acacia, carrageenan, gallon gum. These are the thickeners and stabilizers.
Bonding agents,
People
yeah.
add them for texture. Your gut sometimes responds like you added drywall. Here's why gums are tricky. They can ferment in the gut, change stool patterns, increase gas and bloating, And in sensitive people, they can irritate the gut lining or
Doesn't
worsen
surprise me.
IBS
That does
symptoms.
not surprise me
Also,
one
gums
bit.
tend to show up in foods that are
Hydrated.
engineered to keep you snacking. Ice creams, sauces.
Yeah,
low-carb
absolutely.
treats.
Raw tastes so
even
good,
if the
dude.
gum itself
So
isn't the
good.
villain, it can be attached to a food that keeps your
I kept telling him I never got to do it. I just want to go over there and like take an actual piece of honeycomb and just eat it. Like, oh, just break one right off and go to town, dude. I bet that's so good.
your brain in snack mode. If you're doing carnivore for gut healing, skin issues, or cravings, gums are often a hidden speed bump. Not everyone reacts, but when people do, it can look like bloating, loose stools, constipation, reflux, brain fog, or that vague feeling of
Strawberry
I'm
syrup?
not as
Yeah.
sharp as I was last week. Number 3.
He had one. He brought me a batch last year that, like, dude, it was just red. It was like the darkest color of red, and I forgot. He told me it was a certain type of flower they were getting the pollen from. That like the red stayed in, dude. It was so cool looking.
Dairy.
Pretty sure I still got some
Ah,
upstairs.
yes, the food that has launched 1,000 comment wars. Dairy is interesting because it can be carnivore-ish, but it's not automatically problem-free.
Here we
Here's
go.
the biology.
Here we go.
Dairy has lactose, which is milk sugar,
Yes.
and proteins like casein and whey. Lactose can spike glucose in people who are intolerant or sensitive, and whey can stimulate insulin significantly, even when sugar is low, because it's rapidly absorbed and signals a strong anabolic response. For some people, that's great. For others, especially those using carnivore for fat loss or appetite control, it can stall progress or trigger cravings. Then there's casein. In sensitive people, it can contribute to inflammation-like symptoms, mucus production, skin flares, or digestive problems. So dairy can be a tool or trap. Here's my practical dairy ladder. Most compatible: ghee and butter. Lower lactose, minimum protein. Next, hard-aged cheeses. Lower lactose, but still protein. Then, heavy cream. Low lactose, but easy to overdo. Least compatible: milk, sweetened yogurt, and keto desserts disguised as dairy.
I
And
hate
remember
that
the
dairy is
word
my
of the
nemesis,
day.
man. I
Dose.
truly do.
A little butter to
I
cook
truly
your
do.
eggs
I
might be
love dairy
fine.
so
A
much.
cheese-based personality might not be. Quick pause. If you're finding this useful, do me a favor. Like and subscribe. Not because I need validation, but because it helps this message reach the people who are still being told to just eat less and move more while their hormones are screaming for help. All right, number 2, coffee. Now listen, I know, don't throw the mug at the screen. Coffee is a gray area MVP because people love it. And for many, it doesn't cause obvious problems. But physiologically, coffee is not neutral. Caffeine can increase cortisol and adrenaline, which can be fine unless it disrupts sleep, worsens anxiety, triggers palpitations, or increases sugar cravings.
I think
later
coffee is
in the
gonna be
day.
fine
Sleep
for me
is
again.
a metabolic superpower. If coffee steals your sleep, coffee is stealing your fat loss. Coffee can also irritate the stomach lining in some people, worsen
Never had an
reflux.
issue with
and
coffee.
in the sensitive gut population like me, it can turn I'm fine into why am I running to the bathroom like it's my job? And here's the
Never
sneaky
experienced
part.
that. That's
It's
one of the
rarely
things that people always tell me, oh, I had my coffee and then I got to shit my ass off. Like, I've never experienced that before. Not once with coffee.
It's coffee plus sweeteners, plus cream, plus flavored syrups, plus zero sugar stuff that somehow tastes like a carnival. So coffee can be tolerated, but it's a common reason people stall without realizing it. My coffee rules if you're trying to heal: keep it black for a trial period, no sweeteners, no keto creamers with gums and oils, no all-day sipping, and no caffeine after late morning if sleep is fragile. If you're exhausted, anxious, and sleeping poorly, coffee may be acting like a loan shark. It gives you energy up front and charges you interest at 2 a.m. And number 1, the most carnivore compatible of the 5, spices. Yes, spices are plants. Yes, the strict carnivore crowd is about to type in all caps, but most spices are used in tiny amounts. And for many people, they don't meaningfully impact insulin or inflammation. Spices can
I'm gonna have
actually
to be real
improve
careful with
adherence
spices,
because
man.
if your
I'm gonna have to
diet feels
introduce
like
one at a
punishment,
time.
your brain will eventually rebel.
It's gonna take me 2
However,
weeks just to
some
test
people
spices.
react to certain spices, especially if they have autoimmune issues. histamine intolerance,
Drink it on an empty stomach.
salicylate
That could be.
sensitivity,
That could
or
be,
they're
buddy.
doing carnivore as a strict elimination. Common culprits: chili powders, paprika, cinnamon, nutmeg, pepper, garlic, onion powders. Not because they're bad, but because your immune system might be on high alert and interpreting everything as a threat. So spices are most compatible unless you're in a therapeutic elimination phase. Now, here's the part that makes this a cheat sheet instead of a food fight. Ask yourself, what's your mission? If your mission is fat loss, hunger control, and metabolic health, honey is usually out. Gums are suspicious. Dairy is cautious. Coffee is conditional. Spices are generally fine. If your mission is autoimmune healing, severe gut issues, or skin flares, start stricter, then reintroduce systematically.
So
Here's
we're
the
at, boys.
reintroduction method I use
more weeks,
clinically.
man.
Get a 10 to 14
more
day
weeks, we're gonna
baseline
be
with 0
reintroducing
gray
stuff.
area items, then add one item at a time for 3 days. What to track? Sleep, cravings, mood, skin, joints, stool, reflux, energy, and weight trend. If symptoms flare, pull it out for a week and reassess. This isn't about perfection. It's about cause and effect. Because the root cause goal is not
that's the
how
thing. You look
do
at the
I
quality
eat the
of
best
the coffee
carnivore
you're getting,
on the
too.
internet. The root cause goal
I gotta look into teas more. I'm really big on tea as well. Black teas, Earl Grey, green teas. I really like tea. I really like tea, but I need to look some more into them as well. My problem is I like my Earl Grey with cream in it. God damn it! I like my Earl Grey with cream and honey, and I can't do that. So fuck my life, man. Like, I'm better out. It's like if I can't have coffee with cream at least, it's like, Jesus Christ, I might as well just grab like a white Monster at that point or something, because god damn.
is, how do I learn what my body is reacting to so I can heal and live free? One more truth. The people who do best long term usually stop thinking in moral language. Not I cheated, but I tested.
Yeah.
Not I failed, but I collected data. You're not weak. You're running an experiment. And your body is giving you feedback in real time. So here's my challenge for you. In the comments, tell me where you're watching from and which gray area item is the biggest struggle. Coffee, dairy, spices, honey, or gums. And if you want more help, check out the video right here on the screen. Or subscribe to my channel right here. Because your healing doesn't require you to be perfect. It requires you to be honest, consistent, and curious.
So that was a good read. Good read. So the stuff we're going to be testing soon. Max German has a video on the same diabetic topic that Bella had. So we're going to take a look at that here in a little bit. Matt Walsh accidentally defends carnivore. I don't know about that one. Goecki has something on that. I do, however, want to look at Mr. Anthony Chaffee and how to raise testosterone naturally, because I'm actually going to be going on testosterone here pretty quick. Well, not TRT. Oh, premieres in 9 hours. Boo! I was going to watch it today. Shit, I didn't even see that. Okay, so reads up. We do have a very large edit to do. Let's see where I'm at here. I have save project, close projects. I was super interested in my measurements last week. Super interested in the measurements. We only lost 1.75 inches of yesterday. This is going to be the video for today. It's just kind of doing my PT and the new upper body workout. We are going to do a upper body workout on stream today as well. So there is that. We'll probably do that after my first break here in about 15 minutes or so. But we got to figure out a whole bunch of stuff here. That beginning is not going to work. It's like 11 minutes, and we're going to have to fast forward all these clips. I don't even know if I like that or not. Oolong tea. Try to taste my oolong tea. Ho ha, hoo chi chi. Everybody in the phone book named Chang. Want to see my wang? Never good God with the gun with the bang. Oh, everybody want to see me throw a fireball. But that's not right, not in real life. You will fall. And down breaking neck. Everybody want to see me break a neck. But I don't. I like fried rice. Oolong tea, and I wasn't impressed. For some reason, I just expected it to be the perfect Texas tea and pairable with brisket and barbecue. I don't drink a lot of tea because of the oxalates. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. Well, one good thing I have tested, I know it's going to be reintroducible down the road, is bourbon. I am going to be able to have bourbon again. We tried that over Christmas and everything was fine. So bourbon we know is good. Eggs, I'm already calling it. I'm going to give eggs like 1 day of test time because I already know eggs are going to be fine. I've eaten eggs my entire life and they've never given me an issue. So eggs are going to be good. Eggs are coming back first. Probably pork second. I know I said coffee, but I can wait on that a little bit. I'd rather get pork back in there so I can have bacon and eggs in the morning. So I'll come up with a list probably a few days before we go back to carnivore of the order I'm going to test everything in, and we'll see how it goes. And we'll do a lot of testing videos as we slowly reintroduce stuff, see what works, see what doesn't. Spices, we're going to need 2 weeks just to go through the spices I want to be able to try again. I just miss garlic, man. I just miss garlic. I was a garlic-ophile. I put that on everything. Every single thing. All right, let's go dive into this Max German one. I'm going to take a break here about
nutrition
5 minutes.
experts in the world, who has appeared multiple times on Dr. Lane Norton, one of the most famous nutrition experts in the world, who has appeared multiple times on Joe Rogan's podcast, Modern Wisdom, and even in more recent times, his business partner, Peter Attia's podcast, is now claiming the carnivore diet is giving people diabetes.
First of all,
What's up? What's up? I'm having a morning. I feel like my lungs are improving, though. I feel like I can do that longer and longer every day. I probably could have kept going for a while, too.
well, yes, they've shown their blood work, and it's suboptimal. And this reminds me of when I debated Sean Baker back in 2018. His blood work showed his blood glucose was over 120. Like his fasting blood glucose was over 120, if I recall correctly. That is like type 2 diabetic.
Now, Lane's never been shy about his opinions on carnivore. In the past, he has claimed carnivore is killing...
Go on. I did something that I think you'll appreciate, too. But you go first. No, I done been broken. I done been broken. Oh, shit. You tell me what you got, McCarthy, and I'll tell you what I got afterwards. You're going to like mine. You're going to like mine.
people because it increases the quote bad cholesterol.
We see this in the carnivore community. There's people like bragging about having LDL levels of 3, 4, 500 milligrams per deciliter, and it's like, this is going to get people killed.
300-pound ruck walk for a mile, making my total weight 500. Yo, let's go, dude. That's nuts, man. That's nuts. You strapped on 300 pounds worth of weight and rucked a mile, dude. You're a maniac. My knees would explode. My knees are exploding thinking about it. Come on, pup. I hear you. Come on, come on. You got to go out. You got to go out, Bubba? We'll go out in just a second. Just a second. All right, my dog needs to go out, so I want to know your pain. Yeah, it sucks, right? It sucks, dude. Now imagine that for the last 20 years wearing down on your kneecaps the whole time. Here's mine, McCarthy. You're going to like this. So me and my wife together signed up for something. I have a very big summer goal this year. It's going to take a lot of work. I have 5 months of prep time to do it. I have 5 months of prep time to prepare for this. My local park service is doing a series of 4 5K races this summer. We are completely signed up and participating in all 4. I will be live streaming the ones where I have enough cell service to do so, which, as I know right now, should be Dorchester and Ostenango. We'll be live streaming them, walking around with 20 pounds. Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, strapping on 300, man. It's no joke. That's no joke. But yeah, this is my show and tell today. It's my show and tell. We're doing 4 5Ks this summer, 4 of them between July and August. So it's going to take a while to get there. We got 5 months to prep for it. And hopefully sub 400. So the goal is right now shooting for sub 400 by July 9th, which is pretty achievable, I think. Consider we were 452 last Friday. We'll see what I am this week. I feel like I'm fluctuating again. I've been up and down for a couple days. 200 pounds on my back. I carry 250-pound dumbbells in my hands. God damn. You got some strength to be able to do that. All right, I will be back in just like 2 or 3 minutes, guys. My dog is down here crying. I'm going to let him out real quick so he can do his business and hopefully not freeze because it's still like -4 out there right now. I'll throw some jams on. I'll be back in just a minute.
Paradise with
Oh, I don't have my BRB screen. Got to paint it up. Just paint a freshie.
in the dead of the night. Teardrops on the floor.
Hell yeah.
Pain is over, feel
All right, back in a second.
control.
Who alive can't put me in a box. I redefine any definition you got. I am the tiger, I'm making steps to the top. The flames, I whip it up, you just gotta hand me the rock. Take a seat, you cannot stand it. All I know, the flow harder than a scotch bunny. Don't try studying me, you cannot manage. This ain't what you want, bitch, I'm a fucking phenomenon. This ain't what you want, bitch, I'm a fucking phenomenon.
Yeah, you better listen. I'm bringing heat. You'll be a fan when I start rapping. Way I'll have your fucking head spinning. I'm known as spit vicious. Release bombs and go tick tick. Boom, you blow me that head missing. I'm a phenomenon. Stacking cheese like it's Parmesan. 8 different flows, call me Octomom. I'm moving fast like the Autobahn. And I'm independent, so I'm not your fucking starving like it's Ramadan. Sick, twisted, gifted. Can't copy, printed. Can't hold me down. I shape shift, I'm liquid. I killed this beat, I might get convicted. They know how I move, it was predicted. Persistent, spoke it into existence. So consistent, no assistance. Hear me once, become addicted. If I rap it, then I live it. There's no cap when I be spitting this.
This ain't what you want, bitch, I'm a fucking phenomenon. This ain't what you want, bitch, I'm a fucking phenomenon.
Shibbity hi. All right. All right, we're back. Yeah, I'm pumped, man. I'm pumped. Looking forward to these. Absolutely looking forward to these. Gonna be super fun. I am gonna try and live stream them again. Like I said, Ossiningo, Dorchester. I know I can stream those because they're in the middle of town for the most part. They're also paved and flat ground, so that's gonna be cool. Greenwood, Nathaniel Cole. We might be talking some off-road trails. Nothing too severe, but we'll see what happens. I don't know if I'll be able to stream them or not, though, due to service. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But that's many, many months out. I'll have a big video announcing that soon. All right, let's see. This is going to be a super interesting video.
That carnivore.
I know we saw the Bella side of things, but this is Max German coming with the science and the facts. Aaron's place, I was getting ready to pass away. I just wanted to be at home. She wasn't there. She's supposed to be transferred to the hospice today. She's at the hospital. It's rough, Benny, man. I'm sorry you're going through that, brother. Sorry you're going through that. I'm kind of helping out with some end of life things myself right now. Nothing too severe yet, but I feel you on that one, brother. It's no fun, and you're a beast, man. You're a beast for doing it.
Deficiencies and another 10 to 20 fictitious claims. But this one's a bit different. This time he directly responded to my video where I explained why carnivore doesn't actually cause diabetes. Is this really true?
Broccoli heads back.
So today we're going to look at what he said and break down whether any of it is actually true.
Let's see what we have to say about some of these carnivore folks who are no longer carnivore.
All of your favourite carnivore influencers are running into the same health issues, and here's the proof. First, let's have a look at carnivore Cam. He's now borderline diabetic. But Cam's not the only one. Carnivore Ray is at a similar point.
Is this really true?
Broccoli heads back. All right, before we get
off the menu. Brothers, yeah, no, that's understandable why you kind of fell off the Cardi bandwagon there for a little bit. Super understandable. It's tough, man. It's tough. I'm not looking forward to it. I'm getting to the point where my parents are starting to get there, man. My parents are getting older. I have one surviving grandparent who's starting down the dementia trail right now. A lot of not so fun stuff, man. But being there for family is huge, man. Being there for family is huge. Huge. Best thing you can do in life.
Into him, first of all, yes, they've shown their blood work and it's suboptimal. And this reminds me of when I debated Sean Baker back in 2018. His blood work showed his blood glucose was over 120. Like his fasting blood glucose was over 120, if I recall correctly. That is like type 2 diabetic.
Last time I was mop head, but now I'm broccoli head. The fact that Lane is wearing a hat indoors is very interesting, I gotta say. Let me Google something real quick. Lane Norton without hat. Actually, you know what, Lane, my friend? Maybe it's best you do keep the hat on. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to make this personal. Let's keep this intellectual. Let's play the next clip. Oh, and in regards to Dr. Sean Baker being supposedly diabetic, there was one blood test Dr. Baker had a long time ago where he did have a couple of markers that were in the diabetic range. However, this was due to extreme circumstances. We'll go over his blood work later in the video so you can see for yourself just how wrong this claim really is. But let's play the next clip.
Anywho, so let's go back to Broccoli Head and see what he has to say.
Does the carnivore diet actually cause diabetes? Type 2 diabetes has one single definition: prolonged elevated blood sugar levels. Prolonged meaning constantly elevated. The two main tests used to check for this are one, fasting glucose, which is how much sugar is in your blood before you...
Which, by the way, a lot of carnivores have elevated.
Now, can you name any of these carnivores with elevated...
Mine's a fucking 85, so there you go.
Blood sugar and diabetes. I would really love...
Actually, funnily enough, during my 48-hour fast, my resting glucose was 90 on the dot. 90 on the dot.
If you could name a single person who has gone on a carnivore diet and become diabetic. Secondly, HbA1c, which put very simply, tracks how much sugar damage has built up on your red blood cells. In regards to fasting glucose...
It's not exactly what it tracks.
That's exactly what it tracks.
Your blood cells have hemoglobin in them. Your red blood cells have hemoglobin in them. Hemoglobin has areas where it can bond with glucose, so it can be glycosylated. And the amount of glycosylation is a direct reflection of the amount of glucose that your blood is exposed to over time. So HbA1c is actually a very good marker of what your bloodstream is seeing consistently in terms of concentrations of glucose. Because your actual blood glucose levels go up and down pretty regularly, but the thing about HbA1c is red blood cells take about 90 to 120 days to turn over. So what is on there, the amount of glycosylation, is very reflective of long-term concentrations of what you're exposed to over 24-hour periods in terms of your blood sugar, and actually over several months. So HbA1c is actually a really great and sensitive measure of what's actually going on in terms of your long-term exposure to blood glucose.
I don't understand how someone can be that wrong with
Yeah, apparently he's an actual doctor. He's been on Rogan tons of times, a lot of huge podcasts and stuff. So I don't fucking know. I don't know, man. All I know is my last A1C was a 5.2, and my resting sugar, or my fasting sugar during the 48-hour was a 90 at the highest. I think I was like 88 the first day and like 90 the second day. We're going to find out when I do a 72. I'm going to fast again this week. I might actually do another 48 this week. I'm not sure. I don't know when I'm going to do it. I just ate. I have lamb in there I have to finish before it goes bad, so I'm going to eat tonight. Probably right when stream ends. I'll eat tonight at 4. Maybe I'll just fast from tonight until Wednesday morning. That'd give me what? That'd be like a 36-hour. I think that'll work. That'd be what? Yeah, 7, 12, 24, 36. It'd be more than that. That'd probably be, if I do tonight until Wednesday morning, I usually eat right before stream at noon, so 36. That'd still be like a 42-hour. I might do that again this week. I felt so good on that last fast. I have never felt that quick in the pool before. Now, as much as I blame my new dinosaur swim trunks for making me faster, I think it was the fast.
with that much confidence. First, let me set the record straight. As I stated in that video, the two primary measurements used to determine if someone is diabetic is fasting glucose and HbA1c.
7327. Nice, dude. Nice. Where'd you end up finding it? You're athletic as a carnivore, your blood sugars will go up. Yeah, makes sense. But they're even showing, they showed in Bella's video that even Sean Baker and the ones that are getting called out at Walmart, no shit, dude. Awesome. They showed in Bella's version of this video last week, they showed that Baker's is like a 93, and the other two carnivores they're claiming are becoming diabetic are both in the low 90s. So it's even those guys that are super athletic are still sitting in the low 90s. Not as low as me, I'm going to note. I'm very curious to see what happens with my testosterone with this new medication, too. It's going to be very interesting. Very interesting.
HbA1c, again, like I said in the video, is a measurement of how much damage has been done to the hemoglobin, which is a protein in your red blood cells through a process called glycation. So essentially, HbA1c measures sugar damage, aka glycation, done to the hemoglobin, a protein found in red blood cells. Now Lane tries to ego me and correct me and say, no, that's not what HbA1c is. HbA1c measures glycosylation to your hemoglobin. Well, no it's not. Glycosylation is an enzyme-controlled process where the body deliberately attaches a sugar to a protein or lipid. This is a normal process that occurs. Glycosylation
my test was
is
30.
generally
Woo!
not damaging.
I wasn't that low. I was, so where's my baseline? I think my baseline's 415. So technically I wasn't super low. Dude, I just got an awesome comment on Instagram. Hold on, I'm gonna read this comment from Instagram real quick. When I see fat people, I get pissed off that you did that to your body. When I see fat people making a change and getting healthy, it makes me feel all warm and fuzzy. You got this. Awesome comment.
In fact, it is a vital enzymatically controlled...
Yeah, my baseline, I'm looking right. My baseline was 415. 415 for a base, and we're shooting for... Apparently this medication I'm going on can boost it up into like the 800s is what they're looking at, which is going to be good. My wife better start living in fear. I get double testosterone running around and be running around here like a goddamn monkey. You're from 50 to 0. I'm not injecting. I'm not doing TRT or actual testosterone. I'm doing. We're actually attacking it from the opposite direction. We are going. Hold on, let me pull up my handy dandy app here so I don't get the name of the medication wrong. They are giving me one. I have higher estrogen just because of being overweight. When you're mega overweight, your estrogen levels obviously rise. Test results. Where are my prescriptions? Medications. There we go. So instead, it's clomiphene is what I'm going on. Clomiphene is what I'm doing. Now, clomiphene I'm doing for 6 months. I'm doing a 6-month regimen. Now, instead of putting testosterone into your system, what it does is actually lower your estrogen levels. So it's going to force the estrogen down. And I guess a major byproduct of that is your body starts mega producing way more of its own testosterone. So that's what we're going for. It's going to be really good. Really good. Fenugreek, I don't even remember what fenugreek was. Fenugreek. It was an ancient herb from the legume family, native to the Mediterranean. Southern industries cultivated thousands of years and while used as spice, vegetable, and just medicine. 2-3 feet tall, culinary uses, potential health benefits, blood sugar control, breast milk production, testosterone, and libido. Some studies suggest that extracts may boost testosterone levels and improve sexual interest function in men. Interesting. We might have to try that out when we reintroduce stuff. Because like I said, I am generally kind of going to be pushing back towards a keto-ish direction. I'm not going to go mega ton on vegetables. I do want to try to reintroduce avocado and some other stuff. Don't worry, it won't make you lactate. That's good. What if I wanted to try my own brand?
Controlled process essential for life. This process, it must
Pretty sure it
occur.
makes you lactate.
Glycation, on the other hand, is where glucose sticks to proteins on its own.
I don't
without
want to
enzymes, in a
lactate.
random, uncontrolled way. These
I
are very
don't wanna
different things.
lactate.
HbA1c is not measuring glycosylation. It measures.
But I'm hopeful. I'm very curious where this drug's going to take me. Like I said, we got 5 months as of right now. We have 5 months on the dot as of today. We have 5 months on the dot to get ready for these 5K races, and I want to be sub 400. So we got 52 more pounds to lose in 5 months. I think we can do it. 10 a month, that's not bad. It's 2.5 a week. All we got to do is average 2.5 a week, and we're going to be sub 400. I can't wait to get my t-shirts either. McCarthy, me and my wife are going to make up t-shirts that say whatever my weight is at the time. It'll say 400 pounds, fat, bad knees, still ahead of you on the back of my shirt, man. I can't wait.
Glycation. His attempt to correct me is simply wrong. But where he's most mistaken is when he says that HbA1c is a great reflection of long-term blood glucose. Again, that is completely incorrect. Remember, HbA1c measures glycative damage done to a specific protein in the red blood cell. And it's very important to remember that this is typically recorded as what percentage of this protein has that glycative damage. So a HbA1c of 5% means that 5% of this protein has damage from glycation. Now, glycation occurs throughout your entire body. And if there are high levels of glycation going on, it is very damaging. The problem is that it's basically impossible to measure this total body-wide glycation, which is why we only measure glycation through damage done to the red blood cell, which is what this HbA1c represents. The problem HbA1c has is that
I've never been huge on curry. I've never been a big curry guy. Curry, yellow curry, it's in it, plus turmeric, which reduces inflammation too. Interesting. I might have to try that out. Might have to check out reintroducing some stuff like that.
it has a major limitation, which can make it very inaccurate.
Yeah, we're gonna have shirts with a saying like that on it, and I'm gonna have an actual QR code for all my like video making stuff. It's gonna be cool. I'm gonna have a big video announcing it soon. Turmeric capsule every day. I think I was at one point. I'm pretty sure my wife had me taking some at one point. I'm so bad at my own medications. My wife being a nurse, she's obsessed with medicines and medications and taking care of people and everything else. So she is the one that sorts out all of her medications. I honestly couldn't even tell you most of the medications I'm on. I know what conditions my medications are treating, but what actual specific medicines I'm taking, it's so bad. I have to look at my phone to find them every time. I don't even sort them out. She just gives me a pill container and says, take this in the morning, take this in the afternoon, take that at night. I just go, yes, ma'am. That's about it.
Accurate in regards to the actual amount of sugar someone has in their blood over a period of time. If every single person had red blood cells that lived for the same amount of time, HbA1c would be a great metric to look at. In regard
now, my other goal, I brought this up earlier too about these 5Ks. So I'm going to put out a video probably tomorrow, I think. Tomorrow, I'm going to have a video where I announce that my summer challenge is doing these 5Ks, and I'm going to put it in a way where I'm going to lead into the video saying I need everyone's help. Everyone who watches this, I need your help to push it, like it, follow it, subscribe it, push it as far as they can. And I think if we can get a big enough following behind this 5K challenge, Like, if we can get, like, some big numbers, like, if we can get close to my other Instagram video that did, like, 300,000 views, I think if we can get something like that, we might be able to incorporate some charity stuff. Maybe we could do, like, these 5Ks for, like, St. Jude or something to see if we can raise some money for it. I think that'd be super, super cool. Turmeric has good effects. Yeah, I've never been huge on Indian food. I'm not a fan. The smell, I find the smell very off-putting. I find the smell is very, very off-putting. There can be some real bad curry smells that are just, woo, not for me. However, I do like halal type stuff. Stuff's really good. Help me. I'll put it on my food. It would make turmeric milk tea, golden tea. Gotcha. It's definitely something I'll look into more. Like I said, we're 3 weeks away from reintroducing stuff right now, so I cannot wait. Actually, 3 weeks, 21 days. Yeah, we're 3 weeks. We're 3 weeks on the dot. As of today, we're 3 weeks on the dot away from being done with Lion. We're 5 months on the dot away from the first 5K. So we got a lot of stuff to work towards here. I'm so pumped to be off Lion, guys. I can't wait. I got weak there at day 60. I just wanted to call it, but we're gonna make it. It's gonna be rough. It's gonna be 3 more weeks of just misery. I'm so ready for an egg. I want a mighty egg. I want some bacon. I want some pork. I want some pork belly. I want some goddamn pork chops, nice bone-in chops. Salmon. That's probably, I think, in order right now of reintroducing things. It'll be eggs, pork, salmon, and probably seafood after that. Actually, maybe a couple seasonings, because I can't eat shrimp without a ton of seasoning on it. So maybe I'll reintroduce like paprika and something else, like garlic salt maybe, and see if I can handle those. Then do shrimp after that with a bunch of butter. We'll have to see. We'll have to see what happens, but we'll get a whole list out a few days before I start testing things again.
Adds to someone's average blood glucose. However, this is certainly not the case. In a study done on people with diabetes, they found that 30% of subjects had a red
locked
blood
out of your
cell
old account.
lifespan
Just,
below 93 days.
let me know whenever you do it, and I'll make
69%
sure I
had a
get your
lifespan
approval.
ranging from 93 to 123 days. And there were even a couple of people who had red blood cell lifespans
Yeah,
of
just
over
reapply and I'll let you
123
back in.
days. So as you can see, the lifespan of a red blood cell has great variability.
Did you lose access to it, or did Benny just hit the auto ban on everyone again?
Person to person. If someone's red blood cells live longer, there's more time for the sugar to attach and cause damage. So even if this person has a normal level of glucose in their blood, their HbA1c can read much higher than it should, as it overestimates the average blood glucose, simply because the cells are living for such a long time. Typically what we see is that the more unhealthy someone is, the shorter lived their red blood cells are, and the healthier someone is, the longer their red blood cells tend to live for. Basically, in the study, they found that HbA1c is not a reliable marker of average blood glucose due to the fact that the average length someone's red blood cell lives for has great variability person to person. In this study, they proposed something called an adjusted
I hope he
HbA1c
says
score,
egg, dude.
which
Every
actually
Max
factors
German
in
video I
this
watch, I
red blood
just
cell
wanted to say
lifespan
egg.
length. Now, I want to show you an example of this formula they use in this paper to show you just how crazy of a difference
Benny
red
locked
blood
you
cell
up.
lifespan has
Benny
on
just took the
someone's
band
HbA1c.
hammer out and started
So if
smacking
you
everyone
imagine
with
two
it.
people, they both have the same HbA1c of 5.7%.
Yeah, it's so weird. I've never been in a YouTube stream chat on my phone, so I have no idea. Like, dude, I'm telling you, like, I actually have to. So, like, from my version, I actually have to, like, kick on your name, then come in here, and then, like, I have all these options and all this stuff. So, like, PC, it's not an easy thing to do. But phone, it definitely sounds like it. It might. Discord. Oh, hold on. I'll get you the link. I don't have commands set up yet with bots. We'll get there. It's only a matter of time. I need to upgrade the streams and stuff here pretty quick. We're also going to add some stuff on Twitch with my deep, majestic, booming voice. I'm going to have a dono button for me to save voice lines for people and stuff. Members. Wait, how? Channels and roles, psycho-humans. Like the server. Copy. That one there should work just fine. Actually, I'll click it and make sure. Yep, that brings you right to it. You're good. Right into the high-calorie humans. I will get bots set up in the near future. Again, my future of streaming on YouTube, I don't know, guys. I don't know. We don't have enough growth on Twitch or Kick to ditch YouTube yet, but it is something that's potentially down the road in a month or two. We might not stream on YouTube anymore just because of the copyrights. The copyrights are so goddamn absurd. See, the thing is Twitch and stuff, if I upload my VODs to YouTube, I can control what goes over. I can make sure none of the music is in it. I can make sure nothing that'll copyright me is in it, and then I just post the VOD over. YouTube just automatically does it as I'm streaming. It detects one song it doesn't like, bam, copyright. So, you're in? All right, let me find your approval there. There we go. Approve. You are all good. You just got to go through the whole rules thing and react with an emote and all that same stuff, and you should be good.
Person 1 is an unhealthy individual and has an average red blood cell lifespan of only 80 days, whereas person 2 is a very healthy individual with an average red blood cell lifespan of 125 days. Now, to calculate this, all you need to do is input the standard average red blood cell lifespan, which for this formula is considered to be 100 days. The population average is between 90 to 120 days, but 100 is used as it makes simpler calculations. We take that number, 100 days, then we divide it by the actual red blood cell lifespan of an individual. 100 divided by 80 is 1.25, 100 divided by 125 is 0.8, and then finally we multiply this number by the measured HbA1c. Person 1, an unhealthy individual, has an adjusted HbA1c of 7.125%.
H1Bs, we're not talking visas.
Actually
We're not talking
whereas
visas.
person 2, the healthy individual who just has a long-living red blood cell, has an adjusted HbA1c using this formula of only 4.56%. Suddenly their HbA1c, it looks incredible. It looks like on paper that these people would have the same average blood glucose, but when we use this formula that actually factors in red blood cell lifespan, we can see that this is not at all the case. These two people have very different blood glucose levels, and therefore very different levels of total body-wide glycation. So when Lane says that HbA1c is a great measurement of someone's average blood glucose, I think it's fair to say that he's just simply incorrect. Also, now let's think about this in the context of a carnivore diet. The three primary factors for determining how long a red blood cell lives for are oxidative stress levels, blood sugar levels, and nutrient consumption. On carnivore, you are eating the least inflammatory diet on the planet. You have low blood sugar because you consume very few carbohydrates, which are the macronutrient group that causes the highest blood sugar levels. And your entire diet is the most nutrient dense.
Okay, so my Zepbound just got filled at the pharmacy, which is fine. It took a few extra days to do. Normally my Zepbound is $25. With insurance, $25. It's $150 now. I guess I'm probably not taking Zepbound anymore because I can't afford that.
Dense food you can possibly eat. Really does make you think. Carnivore raised.
Also, my pantoprazole. I'm on pantoprazole for acid reflux and stuff. That is no longer covered by my insurance. Is now $90 a month for the prescription. The goal of getting on carnivore was to get off my medications when I start feeling better, which I'm slowly doing. But now I guess I'm just not going to be taking medications because I can't afford them.
Fasting glucose is 96 milligrams per deciliter, and carnivore cans is 93.6
Pantoprazole,
milligrams per
yeah.
deciliter.
I do 40
100
milligrams of that in the morning. It usually sets me straight for the day. But yeah, for whatever reason, my insurance no longer covers it, and it's now $90 a month. Like, what the fuck is that? I need to go have a conversation with the pharmacy because all of a sudden, all my medications that have been covered for the last couple of years are now costing, I mean, the Zepbound's 6 times higher than it normally costs. I don't.
Is considered normal, so there's
I
no
don't
issues
understand.
there. But in regards to HbA1c, it's slightly different. Ray's is 5.5%, which is still within the normal range, but Cam's is actually 5.7%, which technically speaking falls into the quote pre-diabetic range. But here's the thing.
Well, I thought these guys all said like glucose should be as low as possible. Now he's being like, oh, well, actually, these slight normal elevations of blood glucose, those are totally fine. But I thought we were trying to keep glucose as low as possible. It's funny how the script flips whenever the evidence doesn't support what they want.
When have I or anyone else in the carnivore space said that blood glucose levels should be as low as possible? My stance on blood glucose is that chronically very high blood sugar is obviously very bad. This indicates that you have too much sugar in your body, which then results in high amounts of glycation, which, as we've talked about.
Yeah, I guess I got like a month worth of pantoprazole left. I guess I'm out of that, and I guess I'm done with GLP-1s. I am waiting for a call back on my doctor on dosage because this one they just filled I probably can't even have because the dosage is now too high because I've been on a gap for so long. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I got some interesting phone calls. Again, just to keep you guys informed, I do. At some point, this phone is gonna ring. I don't know when, but I'm probably just gonna have to end stream then. Well, maybe not. I'm waiting on like 2 or 3 separate phone calls right now. One I'm gonna have to take no matter what's going on stream, and another one I will probably have to end stream short to go pick up my vehicle from the shop before they close. But we'll see what happens. We're gonna keep going as long as we can.
That is very damaging. However, I do not think blood sugar should be as low as possible. Your body produces the perfect amount of blood sugar that it needs. This is why when people start doing lots of endurance training, and therefore they have a very high demand for blood sugar, they see that their fasting glucose and average blood glucose level increases considerably. This is actually why I argue that humans don't need carbohydrates. Our bodies create the perfect amount of glucose we need, and therefore any glucose that comes from carbohydrates is unnecessary and will cause extra glycative damage. Never once have I said what he is claiming I said. The goalpost didn't move, you're simply putting words in my mouth. HbA1c is measuring is sugar damage done to a red blood cell across its entire lifespan. So your HbA1c reading is strong.
No, once again, it's measuring the amount of glycosylation over its lifespan.
It's not.
Pesky details.
Again, this is just simply wrong. How is this guy one of the world's leading nutrition experts and doesn't know this? HbA1c measures glycation, not glycosylation. This is kind of nerd stuff. I mean, who really cares in the scheme of life? But when he's trying to ego me this hard, you know, I gotta set the record straight. Only dependent on how long your red blood cells live for. The longer they live, the more time they have to accumulate sugar damage, even if your blood sugar is normal. Now, what happens on a carnivore diet is your inflammation drops. Your cell membranes, the outer protective layer of your cells, they strengthen, and your blood sugar is stable. All of which are the main factors which cause a red blood cell to live longer. So rather ironically, being healthier has the potential to actually make your HbA1c look worse. And this isn't some made-up theory, it's backed by peer-reviewed studies. Researchers have clearly shown.
Wait, I thought these guys say that research doesn't matter, it's all bought and paid for, and you can't trust the science. Oh wait, you just can't trust the science that shows something they don't like. But when it comes to the science of stuff they do like, then it's beyond reproach.
Again, I've never once
need
said
that
I
acid
don't
eat
trust
carnivore.
science.
True,
What I
true.
recognize is that in most nutrition
I don't
studies,
know, man.
not
I get really, really bad indigestion. I'm afraid to come off of that one. Like during the day, I'm fine. Like all day long, I'm fine. But guys, gotta get to the gym. Sounds good, McCarthy. Have a good pump today, my friend. Probably don't go for throwing on 300 pounds again and rucking, but more power to you for doing that, man. Thank you always for hanging out. Absolute beast, and we'll see you Wednesday for sure.
of them. There is a serious design flaw with them. They don't control variables, which means the conclusion they come to in the end is just completely incorrect. Two people with the same HbA1c can have totally different blood sugar levels and health statuses, depending on how long their red blood cells live for. This is a very well-known limitation of laboratory HbA1c reading. So is Cam actually pre-diabetic?
In the words of Tom Segura, hold on a second. So he's basically saying, oh, the reason these levels are artificially elevated is because when this person switched to carnivore from what they were doing, their HbA1c was high because of what they were doing previous. But now, since they've been doing carnivore and their inflammation is going down, which by the way, there's absolutely no evidence that carnivore decreases inflammation. But since their inflammation is going down, now their red blood cells are healthier and living longer.
I don't think I ever said that. When did I say their HbA1c is due to what they were doing prior to carnivore? Regarding the zero evidence that carnivore decreases inflammation, the latest video that I posted is me breaking down a study which shows carnivore improved every inflammation marker. Now admittedly it's not the best study, it did have a small sample size, but I mean let's just use our common sense. When you have millions of people around the world saying carnivore fixed my joint pain, carnivore reversed my autoimmune condition, carnivore fixed my skin issues, it's pretty clear that a carnivore diet does decrease inflammation. Never once have I said
We'll
that
get our
the
pump in
HbA1c
too.
readings
We'll finish
are due
this video. We'll get my bicep workout in. We're just gonna do the same one we did last time.
Before they started carnivore. He's quite literally putting words into my mouth again. My argument is that they likely have long-living red blood cells. This argument is well supported by the literature at this point.
And he cited a study. And I'm going to go back and I'm going to read you exactly what it says. In this cohort, which by the way, they also say cohort data is garbage. Paul Saldino says it all the time, but I digress. In this cohort, 69% of subjects were within red blood cell lifespan of 93 to 123 days, while 30% had a red blood cell lifespan below 93 days, and 2 subjects had above 123 days. Okay, so what we're looking at is the difference of about a month. Over 70% of people, it's a difference of about a month. The people that had red blood cells that lived shorter than 90 days versus those that had those that lived longer than 120 days, it wasn't like months and months and months. We're talking about the difference on average of the most extreme 1 month.
He definitely did not read that study. That study was done on diabetics, so all of them were unhealthy people. Hence why only 2 of them had red blood cells that lived for over 123 days. The population average for red blood cell lifespan is roughly 120 days. Healthy people can have red blood cells that live for over 140 days. Not only has he not read the study, but it also appears that he has no idea how long red blood cells actually live for. If we actually look at both ends of the red blood cell lifespan spectrum, if you're super unhealthy, your red blood cell can live for as little as 70 days, whereas in someone super healthy, it can be as high as 150 days. Now let's just imagine that one person has red blood cells that live for 90 days, and someone else has red blood cells that live for 120 days. That right there is a 33% increase. So even if both of these people had the exact same amount of average blood glucose and therefore glycation going on, person 2 with long-living red blood cells has 33% more time for this red blood cell to become glycated. So this person, because they're healthy and they have these red blood cells that are living longer, they're going to have a higher HbA1c, even though the same amount of total body-wide glycation could be the exact same.
So let's just be generous and say, okay, between healthy red blood cells and the most putrid red blood cells you've ever seen, you're talking about 2 months of difference. Now, I want to be clear. Your red blood cells completely turn over in that window. So usually within 3 to 4 months. In our case, maybe we can say it's between, I don't know, 2 to 5 months. Let's just be generous and say there's a 5-month window where they're absolutely all turned over, regardless of who you are. And oh, by the way, if the red blood cells were healthy to start and then you started carnivore, it's not like they'd be so healthy already that they'd live that much longer. But anyway, I digress again, because this is just such and I can't take it. So in 5 months, they completely turn over. So the only way what you're saying would be correct is if somehow they started carnivore 3 to 5 months ago and then by the end decided they were going to quit carnivore. Because if they've been on carnivore longer than 5 months, their HbA1c would have dropped because it'd be completely turned over.
I didn't say that.
And oh, by the way,
this dude, he's arguing with himself. Lane has made up in his head that I have said the only reason their HbA1c is high is because of what they're doing before carnivore. And he's having a full-blown meltdown trying to argue why I'm wrong, but I never once said this. This guy is arguing with himself. You genuinely cannot make this stuff up.
And oh, by the way, it's not like all your red blood cells go for a 5-month period and then they all get recycled at the same time. They're consistently being turned over time. The entirety of your bloodstream of red blood cells will be turned over in this time frame, but they are always turning over throughout that period of time. So again, carnivore Cam, these other people, they have been carnivores for years. So looking at their blood work now and being like, well, the red blood cells actually last longer, it doesn't matter, you broccoli-headed moron. They've been carnivore for years.
Grown-ass man, by the way.
And ergo, if their HbA1c
This is
high,
funny, dude.
it's
This
because
dude's a
it's
shit
high.
talker, man.
Probably higher than you were when you tried to read this research.
Something important. Lane Norton age. Bro is 44 years of age. Just saying. This is a very well-known limitation of laboratory HbA1c reading. So is Cam actually pre-diabetic? Of course not. His fasting glucose is normal, so he doesn't...
Wait. Hold on a second. I thought we just said at the beginning of the video, oh, fasting blood glucose isn't that great of a marker. It's HbA1c.
Did I say
But then
that?
when the HbA1c is high, he says, well, it's fasting blood glucose is good. So which is it?
Dude, calm it. People to claim that a diet that contains close to 0 carbohydrate could possibly cause diabetes is absolutely ridiculous. In fact, the opposite happens. Most people who go on carnivore actually reverse their type 2 diabetes. There is not a
Based on what evidence? Oh, your carnivore Facebook group? Okay. Again, we've seen Sean Baker.
This dude's a
blood
fucking
glucose above
douchebag,
120.
dude.
Just that alone
Fuck.
can place you right there in type 2 diabetes. Now, people can ask, well, how could this happen without blood glucose? If you eat high amounts of fat, especially saturated fat, and you're also eating high amounts of protein, what you can have is you ramp up gluconeogenesis. Saturated fat has also been shown to decrease insulin sensitivity and increase liver fat, and liver fat is very detrimental to metabolic health. And so I would never say like protein is bad for blood sugar regulation, but in this specific context where you're eating tons
I'm curious on this one. See if I've had it done. Wow. I guess there isn't a direct blood test for it. Most interesting.
tons of red meat, very fatty, high saturated fat red meat in some people. Yes, it can cause elevated levels of blood sugar because you're ramping up gluconeogenesis, so you're ramping up your endogenous production of glucose, but you also, as you're ramping that up, producing more blood glucose, you also have very high levels of saturated fat, which decreases insulin sensitivity and increases levels of liver fat.
Okay, so first he says based on what evidence, then he completely makes something up based on zero evidence and does not source a study. Let's go through these claims and break them down. First, the claim of carnivore diet reversing type 2 diabetes. Well, I mean, at this point, there are tens of thousands of people who have documented their pre and post carnivore blood work where they have shown that they do reverse their type 2 diabetes. We also now have some studies that show this. Again, admittedly, these are not perfect studies by any means, but like I said earlier, it's basically impossible to do well-controlled studies for humans in the field of nutrition. However, in saying that, these studies are no worse than any other study done in the field of nutrition, and when you have tens of thousands of people documenting the exact same thing, and some science also showing this is the case, and zero science that shows the opposite, I don't see how you can say this is just completely wrong, especially when your entire basis as to why this is wrong is you just completely making something up without any evidence. Secondly, regarding excess protein being converted into glucose. Yes, this can happen if you consume a very high amount of protein. Some of it will be converted into glucose, but never once has someone become diabetic on carnivore from consuming too much protein. And also, every carnivore diet advocate I know recommends a moderate amount of protein and a high fat intake, roughly 1 gram of protein per pound of lean body mass and then fat to satiety, which for most people is a much higher fat intake than protein. And then the final claim is the idea that saturated fat causes insulin resistance. Now, this is genuinely a laughable claim. He didn't reference any studies that show this, and he did this for good reason, because the study he has cited in the past that supposedly shows this is one of the least credible studies I've ever seen in my entire life. So I'll show you the study. This study right here is straight from Lane's Twitter where he's addressed this claim in the past. What they did was find participants who commonly ate 3 to 8 servings per day of clarified butter, which is high in saturated fat, and they told them to swap this butter with canola oil, which is low in saturated fat. These participants were primarily overweight individuals, so therefore it's likely that they were eating a diet full of low-quality processed foods. So what they did, they switched these people from butter to canola oil. Then after 3 months, the average fasting insulin of these individuals dropped. Now it didn't even drop much, it just dropped a little bit. Now the claim this study makes is that the average fasting insulin of these participants decreased due to the swap from saturated fats to unsaturated fats, and therefore the study supposedly shows saturated fat causes insulin resistance. But guess what? The participants in this study were instructed to follow a healthy diet and avoid processed foods. The average person in this study also lost a lot of weight. On average, weight dropped about 3.6 kilos or 8 pounds, and the average waist size decrease was about 5.3 centimeters. So essentially, overweight individuals were told they couldn't eat processed food, and as a result their fasting insulin decreased and they lost weight. Yet somehow this study is trying to claim that saturated fat is what caused their insulin resistance, not all of the processed food that they were eating.
No, my my testosterone test was 2 months ago. It was around 2 months ago is where we got our baseline at. It was tough to get one early on. I am going on a new medication. It's not TRT. It's not testosterone. What it is oh, I gotta log in again because it's my fucking health thing. God damn it. I'm going on clomiphene. As soon as it gets filled, I'll be going on clomiphene for 6 months. What that does is lower your estrogen levels, because mine are elevated from being obese. It lowers your estrogen level, and due to that, your body will naturally make more testosterone. Allegedly, from what the doctor has told me, you get tested once before you start. I technically just did. I mean, the one we just got, I can't just get another one. The way insurance works and stuff. They got the baseline to give me this medication. So that one is the new baseline. It just takes, from the time you get the test, it takes your follow-up appointments like 2 months later with how busy doctors are. So that is going to be our baseline. We're at 415 right now for testosterone, and allegedly this medication could take me up into the 800s. So we'll see what happens. Also, with what I just saw on my insurance stuff and my medications, should be interested to see 1 month into carnivore compared to 3 months. Yeah, it should be interesting. That's if I can get the medication. My insurance is not playing nice right now, and all of my medications are now seemingly costing 6 times more than they normally do. So I have a lot of phone calls to make as soon as I end stream today. Let me put it that way. I have a lot of phone calls.
Then stopped eating. Then regarding Dr. Sean Baker's blood work, there was one
Apparently our
blood test
insurance
Dr.
just
Baker
stopped
did 8
covering
years ago,
medications.
where his fasting glucose and HbA1c were high. However, at this time he was trying to break a world record on the rowing machine, which he did actually get, by the way.
I'm sure
As
the
I
pups love
mentioned
you for
earlier,
it.
when someone is doing lots of endurance training, like they would be when trying to break a world record, their blood glucose tends to increase to meet these demands. This is why in studies done on athletes, we see that many of them have a fasting glucose and HbA1c in the quote diabetic range. Furthermore, studies also show that in athletes, red blood cell lifespan decreases due to the oxidative stress endurance training causes. So if you're training super hard, your body increases its glucose production, and your red blood cell lifespan decreases. Hence why we see many athletes who look pre-diabetic or diabetic when we strictly look at their fasting glucose and HbA1c. However, these athletes are not actually pre-diabetic or diabetic because of another marker we can look at. When someone is truly diabetic, they will not have a low fasting insulin. Insulin is the hormone that tells your cells to take in sugar. When people are truly diabetic, their insulin is also very high. This indicates their body has a lot of sugar that it wants to clear but cannot. Since Dr. Baker has broken this record and stopped doing an insane amount of cardio, his fasting...
Yeah, dude, that literally just happened to me, Buck. Like, my Zepbound just filled my GLP. My GLP for 4 shots, a month worth of shots, is normally $24. It's $150 now. Yeah, it's fucking insane. You gotta hit your fucking deductible before it actually covers shit, more than likely. It's all deductible stuff. Insurance changed their thing. Yeah, the deductible rate. You have to spend so much money before you get the full benefits of it and stuff, so I don't... But it's never been that way for us before, so... Gonna have to see. I believe... That being said, I'm no longer going to be taking a GLP because I cannot afford that. I am also going to lose my indigestion medication because I cannot afford that. I mean, combined, that's almost $250 for 2 medications. I can't afford that. That's my fucking insurance for our vehicles for the month. Can't fucking afford that shit.
Glucose and HbA1c have dropped.
$250. I'll live without medications. Go to that towards the fucking mortgage. Like, holy shit, man. But, gotta figure out what it is. Fried pork skin and salt. Yeah, dude, it's hard to find those ones, Benny. It's actually hard to find those ones sometimes. All the ones I find now, they got celery, salt, all sorts of shit packed in there.
Right back down. His fasting glucose...
It's like as soon as you see any of the ones that are flavored, you know, immediately it's full of the
82
bullshit.
milligrams per deciliter. And
Maybe a good thing. Hopefully no reverse effects. You already got the Zep buns out of your system. Yeah, I mean, I'm at 30 days right now. I'm at 30 days on the dot since I've had a shot. Today is a lot of things on the dot, by the way. Can we talk about that? Today is 30 days on the dot since I have had Zepbound. It is 3 weeks on the dot away from ending Lion Diet, and it's 5 months on the dot away from my first 5K race. Fucking February 9th, man. Who knew? Who knew?
And his HbA1c is only 5.2%. In fact, they are now at a level that would be considered perfect. It's genuinely insane to me how anyone would ever cite a study that is designed this terribly. There has never once been a credible study showing saturated fat causes insulin resistance, and there never will be, and that is for one simple reason: it doesn't.
So this dude, it's what they always do. He is trying to like hack together a bunch of stuff from studies, and when you actually understand the research and understand how red blood cells turn over, you know for sure he is 100% full of shit. He's just trying to find something to, oh, don't look over here. Don't look at all the carnivores who are insulin resistant. Look over here at the red blood cells and how long it takes them to turn over. I'm out. I'm done with this bullshit.
Never once has there been a person who has gone on the carnivore diet and become diabetic. This entire video we just watched is about how the carnivore diet causes diabetes, yet he does not name a single person who has ever become diabetic from being on carnivore, nor did he provide any evidence that carnivore causes diabetes. Let's pull up Lane's stats from this video. Number of people he named that have become diabetic from the carnivore diet: 0. Number of times he incorrectly stated what HbA1c actually measures: 2. Number of times he called me broccoli head: honestly, I couldn't tell you that one, I've lost count. And finally, number of times he started arguing with himself: again, I've lost count with that one. Not the finest stat sheet I've ever seen. Anyways, hope you enjoyed this video. Hopefully that clears a few things up. I'm sure.
Yeah, it's. I mean, I don't know. I wasn't planning on going off. I wasn't planning on going off as Zepbound. We're just gonna have to focus up, I suppose. I mean, I feel pretty much the same with or without it. I don't know. I mean, the half-life's just ending, so like the real effects of not being on it are going to be starting in the next couple days, probably. So, interesting stuff.
If you are one of those people, I highly recommend you check out this video right here. In it, I break down the 35 reasons why we know that humans are a carnivorous species and that we thrive on a carnivore diet. Anyway, as always, great speaking with you, and I'll see you next time.
Zepbound for cravings. True. Truth. Yeah, dude, see, this is what I was thinking about. Okay, so in the beginning of the thing, he said he did Peter Attia's fucking podcast. I'm pretty sure I've heard that name. And when I heard the name Peter Attia, I said, wait a minute, I've heard that fucking name. Epstein Files, baby. Epstein Files. Crazy. Yep, there it is. Lane Norton is friends with Peter Attia, who's mentioned in the Epstein Files. There you go. Oh, yeah. Like, big time in them files, right? Like, there's some greasy shit about him. Greasy. I don't really care about this one. We saw that. We're going to get a workout in. Oh, what is playing somewhere? Stop it. See, that's the thing with streaming on YouTube. A goddamn
business
copyright
partner
movie
Peter
starts.
Attia's podcast is now claiming the
Starts turning stuff around. You mentioned Peter the other day. Yeah. I remember he did. That's fucking wild, dude. Is it so hard not to fucking diddle kids? Is it so hard not to do that? I find it very easy to not fucking do that. Apparently very fucking difficult for these Satan worshipping fucking cannibal pieces of shit that run the fucking world. But that's a tale for another fucking time. Alright, so we got that. We are gonna get the workout in then X. we are going to get our Chris Herrera workout in real quick.
More muscle of our bicep. We're going to be getting into.
All right, so we're going to get this going. I am going to take a 2-minute break. I'm going to take a 2-minute break, and when I come back, if you guys want to follow along with me, I'm going to do this bicep workout live. We're going to do that, and then we'll probably start working on some editing stuff. He never went to the island, but he wanted to. If you wanted to go, that pointed towards that besides the I can't tell no one. Yeah. So, anyway, I'm going to take a break. Gross character, don't matter. You're involved, you're a kid diddler in my mind. I'm going to take a break, and we're going to get a workout in, and we'll be right back. Oh, wrong one. All right, let's get a pump. Let's get a pump. Pump, pump, pump it up. Pump, pump, pump it up. Get my whole camera in screen. Ow, why is this chair so fucking heavy today? All right. Again, we ain't going heavy. We're just doing 5-pounders. A couple 5-pounders.
21s with a pronated curl. So go ahead and pick up your dumbbells. These are super effective as they work every range of motion. We're gonna start off going full range of motion, all the way up, all the way down. 7. Want a big chest. 6, 7. All right, now we're gonna go all the way up and halfway down. Last one. All right, now all the way down and halfway up. 7. 1. Last one. All right. Great little pump in the arms. That's one of my favorite exercises for bicep. Now we're ready to move into the next bicep exercise. That's gonna be supinated curls with your back against the wall, emphasizing on our short and our long head. We're gonna be putting our backs against the wall to make sure that we're not using any momentum and we're using perfect form and pure strength. Also, this is gonna give us a greater range of motion. So from right here, we're gonna curl all the way up, come all the way back down. Let's go for 15 reps. Last ones. 3, 2, 1. Let's just hit one for good luck. Sheesh. All right, flying through this routine. Moving on to the next exercise, we have hammer curls, emphasizing on our brachialis and the long head of our biceps. Give our arms a break. Let's go ahead and pick them back up. Now I'm gonna put my back against the wall again to ensure that I'm using no momentum, not swinging at all. Here we go, we're gonna go all the way up, all the way back down, 12 reps. Keep your core tight. Three more, let's go. 3, 2, last one, squeeze. As you can see, I'm not rushing the descension, working the negative as well. Whew, let's give our arms a break. We're down to the last bicep exercise. That's gonna be single arm bent over curls. Now this exercise is gonna emphasize on our brachialis, short and long head of our bicep. And as you can see, we're working a lot of angles as well as different hand positions to work our biceps. Doing that is gonna give us the most results and strength. So we're gonna do one arm at a time, 10 reps each. We're gonna bend over, keep your back straight, and you wanna curl straight to your head. 10 reps. Don't rush it. Two more. 9, last one. 10, squeeze. All right, switch the arm. Keep your back straight, curl right to the head. Two more.
Yeah, I know.
9, last one. Squeeze.
It's not even that it's moving. There's not a lot of room between desk and wall.
All right. Whew. My biceps are on fire right now. Now we're officially halfway. It's time to move on to our triceps. First tricep exercise we're gonna get into is gonna be kickbacks, emphasizing on our lateral head, while also engaging our long head and our medial head of our triceps as well. So if you need to, go ahead and take a second to catch your breath, breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. Pick up your dumbbells, ready to get started.
I haven't been doing push-up videos.
Want your feet shoulder width apart, big chest, shoulder blades back. You're gonna lean forward, and from the elbows, you're gonna extend your arms. We're gonna go for 12 reps. Last one. All right, flying through this routine. Now we're ready to move on to overhead tricep extensions. This exercise is gonna focus on our long head, but it's also gonna engage our lateral and medial heads as well. We're gonna be doing this one arm at a time, 10 reps on each arm. So have a good posture. Bring your arm up.
This is the one I literally
right
have
behind
to
your
sit
head.
down for
We're gonna
because
go
I
all the
will
way
bash
up,
into the ceiling
extend,
if I don't.
and out. 10 reps. Last one. All right, switch.
The break in Area 51.
2 more. 9, 10. All right. We just have 2 more tricep exercises to go. Next, we're gonna get into one of my favorite tricep exercises that you can do with a dumbbell. That engages all 3 of your tricep heads.
This one we get on the fleur for.
Two more. 9, 10. All right. We just have 2 more tricep exercises to go. Next, we're gonna get into one of my favorite tricep exercises that you can do with a dumbbell. That engages all 3 of your tricep heads, your long, medial, and lateral. That's gonna be cross tricep extensions. You can do this on the ground as a calisthenics exercise if you don't have dumbbells, but I like doing this move with dumbbells and single arm. So I'm gonna lay down. My arm is gonna go across, and I'm gonna completely extend. 12 reps. Last one. All right, switch it up. Two more. Last one. All right. Now I love that exercise because there's not many tricep exercises where you're actually using your triceps from this position. Now we're down to the last tricep exercise. That's gonna be some good old-fashioned bench dips. A fantastic compound exercise I've been using for years that engages all 3 of your tricep heads as well as your chest and your shoulders. We're gonna be going for 20 repetitions. I want you to burn out and give it everything you got. So we're gonna get to this surface. Get your feet out, bring your hips up, come all the way down, all the way back up. Don't rush it. Give that time and
I
attention.
can't do the dips, so this is what we do.
Full extension. Five more reps. All the way down. Make these last ones count. Last one.
Yeah, Buggy, I'd
All
love
the
to
way
be
down,
doing push-ups, man.
stretch.
I thought that was a really good
All the way out.
read of how everything
There
was
we have
going,
it.
but
My arms are on fire right
I don't
now,
know if
and the
that's the
pump
cause of why my
is
shoulders are
real.
feeling so
And that was
bad.
just 8 exercises. We hit all the heads of our biceps
just
and our
a
triceps, as well as our
contributing
brachialis,
factor, but it
right
hasn't
from
been
home with
great
the
on
most
the
minimal
shoulders.
amount of equipment. And if you really want big arms, you want to do this routine at least 3 to 4 times. And the more you do it,
So I was supposed to be working on my shoulders and physical therapy as well as my knees, but the way they started, they want to do my knees first. So I'm doing 4 weeks of knee stuff, and then we'll move into shoulders after that. So I'm kind of light duty for the time being with shoulder stuff. I mean, even doing the pull's really, really starting to get painful. Can't hear over video. Huh? There's no video playing? It was probably just 'cause I was over on the other side of the room. Mic's right here. Mic is static. It's not the one on my headset. Naruto run? No, I don't believe I will. All right, so we saw Max German. We're going to skip out on Goecki's stuff. What else we got? Homestead's got some. Let's see what Homestead's talking on his movie. We'll see what happens here.
Everything. It's all on here on this little thumb drive.
Are you
Storm Area 51. I'm not sure.
nuts?
2 years, 8 months, and 12 days ago, I stood under that woodshed with Emma and I said,
we want to make a whole documentary. I would love to have like Dr. Barry, and then I'd like to have some real people. Diabetes, maybe we'll have someone that's got diabetes, see if they can reverse it with carnivore, someone with arthritis like me.
and now it's all on this little thumb drive.
Dear Lord, don't drop that
9
shit.
doctors and experts, 60 interviews. We filmed in Australia, we filmed all over Canada, we filmed all over the United States. Over 400 hours worth of footage, down to less than 2 hours of a documentary that I believe, not because of anything I did, but because of the powerful stories within, are going to inspire millions of people to find healing. It all started right there with a very foolish comment. It was just
So channel aside, he's not knocking, but just saying, channel aside, he's very well set on money, isn't he? All that filming, shooting, traveling, large homestead, yeah, man's not hurting for dough, I don't believe.
Just do a documentary. You know, when I said that comment,
we want to make a whole documentary.
Oh yeah, I'm sure he's got fucking.
In my head,
He's got SSDs with that shit
like,
backed up, external hard drives with it backed
and
up,
since
multiple
then,
USB
Adam,
sticks.
thank God, came aboard, up the cinematography to a new level. We have our editor, John. We have thousands of people that have pitched in, donated, helped, gotten on our phone calls, strategized. Ashley,
I know the movie
Lynn,
was
Dave.
mostly made off donations and stuff, but I'm starting to think that our dear Carrie has a lot of money.
The whole team, bringing all of this together, and now it's all just sitting right here. And now we're going to the world famous Montello Theater, because last night our editor John sent me the final cut, completely color graded, all the B-roll added, credits. Last night I spent hours converting that file into a DCP format. DCP is what is needed to go on a movie projector. I've never done that for a 2-hour film. I don't know if this is gonna work. And it's all on this thing. Is it gonna work or not?
One screen theater. Well, you got money out the yang now, man.
Let's all go to the switch, light switch. Movies. Let's all go to the movie. Switch. Projector's firing up. It's gonna take a minute. I'm not gonna be patient enough to wait for this whole thing. But let's see. Look. Healing Humanity screener.
Yeah.
Healing Humanity credits. Healing Humanity trailer, and I spelled trailer wrong. It's crazy. All of this, like if you imagine all of these interviews, all of this work, all of it coming together on one little stinking thumb drive. And now it's fed into here. Man, this thing's taking forever. Go! I hope this works. All right, so the trailer loaded. I'm gonna hit play on the trailer.
You know, I've been a doctor for nearly 30 years now.
We've all been misled for so long.
They gave me pills for anxiety. Now I'm gonna try the whole thing now. Here's the big thing. 202 gigabytes. Please go. It's still stuck on 0. Come on, go. There it goes, 1%. Oh man, that is scary how long that took. I just went and checked. It's going super slow. Hey, John, just letting you know the DCP is loading. It's at 10%. It is taking its precious time. I'm hopeful that it will work. But in the meantime, I'm going to grab some burger patties at Culver's. We just ate Culver's. We're going back in and we're gonna see if it's done. Do you think it'll be done? It was at 10% when we left. Don't have a red flashing failure light. It's been several hours. This thing is hot to the touch. Look at, we are at 100%. So now, that's great, but is the sound gonna work and is the color grading gonna work? Oh, we're doing the whole thing. Healing humanity, the power of a proper human diet. Look at it. Oh, it looks good. I don't know if it does it justice on there. Go down there and hear so I can hear if the sound's coming out of the sides. Let's go down and see.
People that we should have been able to trust, the literal organizations that we look up to protect us, are the people who have done the majority of the misleading.
Pretty cool. I look forward to watching it.
Wow. Wow. 2 years, 8 months, 12 days. That's a long time. On the flip side, it feels like I've been doing this for 20 years. It's unbelievable. I can't believe what I said on day one, we should do this documentary. Maybe we could have Dr. Barry.
I would love to have like Dr. Barry and
Maybe we could have this person and that person to where it's come. And it's done. It worked. I was able to load the movie, the DCP file on the little thumb drive. I was able to load that onto the projector, and I just watched the entire film again. I can't wait for you guys to see this. I cried watching it again. I've seen it several times. And I'm not hyping this up. I am excited for the stories within. Nothing I did. I turned the camera on, I said, tell your story. These stories were yearning to be told, and some of these stories are just so incredibly powerful. Something much, much, much bigger than me happened that allowed all of this to come to fruition. 2 years, 8 months, 12 days after announcing it. Healing Humanity documentary is completely done, completely edited, completely color graded, completely audio engineered, and now it is tested on the world famous Montello Theater screen, and it is going to be coming to you very, very soon. Why can't I tell you a date? You just want to know a date. You just want to know when and where? I can tell you this. It is going to be appearing at multiple movie theaters all over the country. We're going to be making an announcement about that very soon. And then after that, we're going to be doing some sort of streaming option. The goal is to have this be as accessible as possible to as many people as possible. I am humbled by all of the support from everyone. And if I'm being honest, I am proud. I'm proud of Adam. I'm proud of John. I'm proud of Lynn and Ashley and Dave and everyone that volunteered their time.
Not going to take dialysis?
I am proud that we were able to fulfill what we promised, but not just that, I really feel like we went way above and beyond. These stories went way above and beyond. Something magical and big happened here. And honestly, this was a huge amount of pressure, but simultaneously, no pressure at all, because it's in God's hands. All glory to God. This is bigger than me. And honestly, frankly, I told you all from the beginning, I am not a documentary filmmaker. I'm a YouTuber. But I am fired up and I am passionate, and this is my mission and my purpose in life. So let's just do it and figure it out. And I am so proud with what we were able to put together. And I know I'm biased, and I know I'm way too close to this project. And I know that every single documentary creator in the history of mankind has probably said the same things and probably thought their documentary was the greatest thing in the whole world. But what I can tell you is this. Was it worth it? 100%. If only for one thing, if only for meeting one person, let alone all the amazing people I met. Alex Cannon, Jeff DeProspers, Bill Knott. Let's just say Bill Knott by himself. Had I never decided to do this documentary, I never would have met Bill Knott. This entire documentary, all of this effort has been worth it, just for that alone. But besides all of that, I'll end with this. I know without a shadow of a doubt, had I seen this documentary, Healing Humanity, the Power of a Proper Human Diet, when I was in the darkest depths of depression and hopelessness, when I didn't want to be alive anymore, when I was literally hopeless, or as Bill Knott says in the documentary, that's what hell is. When you have no hope, that's what hell is. And that is the truth. And I had no hope. Dr. Georgia Ede, in this documentary, Dr. Ken Berry, Lee Kopis, Stephen Lashbrook, and Lauren Tucker, in our mental health segment, they would have given me hope. I have no doubt about it. They would have given me hope when I had no hope in the whole world. They would have given me another tool in the toolbox. They would have given me an option. And at that point in my life, I would have taken a butter knife and cut off my own arm to get any little bit of hope. And I know without a doubt, there are millions and millions of people right now in this very moment who are hopelessly depressed, or who are suffering with diabetes, or who are struggling to have their first baby with fertility issues and hormonal issues. People with cancer, serious cancer, autoimmune disorders, all of these people going down the wrong path. This film is going to give them hope. And for that reason, I am so proud of this. I am so excited for it. And it's coming to you very, very soon. Stay tuned for an announcement. Be sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'll be telling everyone where you can watch it as soon as I can share that information, which will be very soon. And go to healinghumanity.movie. Sign up for our email newsletter. We'll email everyone when it's ready and when you can watch it. And thank you so much to everybody who supported this project, who supported me, who donated, who bought our shirts, super chats. All of that made this happen. And I really, really believe this is going to save so many people and give so many people hope in a very hopeless world. Thank you so much for watching.
No, I just want to watch it. I don't know if they're going to make it super accessible. Maybe they're going to have it paywalled somewhere for sure. For sure. The world's greatest short ribs. We better check that out.
If you love short rib, this is the video for you, because we are about to taste some dishes that you have never seen before. Most importantly, we will be rating every single one of them to find out which one is best.
And of course, we will have the traditional way of having short rib, but we're starting off with something unexpected. I mean, take a look at it. It's 100% inspired by my latest trip to Japan. This is a sandwich with an unexpected twist. And here's what I mean by it. Get yourself some bread. Milk bread is best, but if you can't find it, brioche will also work. You want to cut it in thick slices. Now throw them in the freezer and heat up some oil to 350 degrees Fahrenheit and throw them in there. Since the oil is super hot and the bread was slightly frozen, it will get kind of crispy real quick, and that's what you want. Now after it drains a little, go ahead and cut it in triangle, and you're left with something like this. Now open up the middle and create a pocket, because now it's time for the short rib. This one is prime grade, straight from Riverbend Ranch, and it was previously aged for 21 days, which makes the short rib more tender, flavorful, and I love that it's beef raised in America. It has beautiful marbling. Now the key here was to butterfly the short rib as you saw it. Then you want to go ahead and score it. Now the reason I'm doing this is to create more surface area. We want to cook this short rib kind of quickly, like if I was grilling it as a steak. Because now we got to make a quick marinade. Into a blender, I threw in some white onions, Asian pear, some garlic, sugar, Shaoxing wine, mirin, sesame seed oil, some soy sauce, and honey. Now blend that on high and immediately pour it over the short rib. Now here's where you're going to test your patience, because you really want to leave it overnight. However, if you want to make it quick, give it at least 30 minutes. Next, you want to go ahead and caramelize some onions with some butter. This takes time and patience. The slower you go, the better it's gonna be. And of course, we need a sauce. This one is kind of simple. In a bowl, throw in some salt, black pepper, cochocado, some mayo, and lime juice. Now go ahead and whisk it all together, and that's your sauce. Next up is what really makes this short rib very special, because most of the time you gotta cook short rib for a very long time. Not this one. We're literally grilling it as if it was a steak. You want to get nice hot coals and try to get it a little bit charred up, and also have the thing cook all the way through. Be careful though, because since it has sugar, the marinade can burn easily. But once you're done, check it out. you should be left with something like this. Now you want to go ahead and slice the whole thing, and this alone by itself
God,
is
that looks so
phenomenal.
good.
You can even throw it on some rice or noodles. But check this out. Grab your fried bread sandwich, spread a little bit of the sauce, be extremely generous with the short rib, but to finish it off, add some caramelized onions right over it and some green scallions. Because this is a short rib sandwich unlike any other, as I cannot wait for you to see what's coming up next.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Guga, that is criminally good. This, you should go to jail for how good this tastes, bro.
What do you think, sir? Oh, you don't want to talk. This man just wants to eat, everybody.
It's really good. Back to the prune with short rib. That sauce is next level, Guga.
It's so good, everybody. There's so many things going on right here with the crispy bread, the creaminess of the sauce, the short rib itself is absolutely delicious. I think you just have the short rib by itself, you're happy, you know what I mean?
I'm happy right now, Guga. This thing just changed my whole mood. This is incredible tasting. As soon as you bite into it, you first feel that bread. It's crunchy exterior, but it's so fluffy at the same time on the inside of it. And then you have that beefy, delicious short rib with that sauce mixed in. This is really good.
Leo, from 1 to 10, what are you rating this one?
I'm giving this a 10.
Whoa. How about you, Felix?
I have to agree, I'm giving this one a 10.
I agree, everybody. This one is crazy good. Something you should experience at least once in your lifetime. Believe me when we tell you, this one is worth you making. Make this right now, everybody. You won't regret it. This one is crazy.
Yep, that sandwich was delicious. But check this one out. I am pretty sure most people have never experienced it. This takes braised short rib to a whole different level. Let me show you. Now with the previous one, we were able to cook it with the bone. However, for this recipe, I highly recommend you taking it out. It will just be better. Trust me. Just make sure not to cut it too small. You want on nice big chunks like this. Now in a braising pan, throw in some oil and add all of your short rib. Keeping it under high heat, you want to get a nice color on them. This is key. It doesn't take long, as now we can start adding more ingredients. Throw in some ginger, garlic, green onion, some bay leaves.
Oh, friends, it's a very expensive date. Oh my. Oh my. My truck was very expensive. It's very expensive. Shit. All right. I got a call on my ride to pick my truck up. Let me find out what's going on. We'll figure out how much longer we can stream for it. All right, boys, we're going to stream for another 15 minutes. We'll finish this Guga video. Unfortunately, I do need a ride to go get my vehicle, and my wife is sleeping, and the only one I have is... Yo. Hello?
Oh, sorry.
No.
I guess if it didn't hang up.
No, you hung up and you called back.
Silly me.
All right.
Yeah. All right, Bill. See ya.
All right,
Bye.
see ya. So I'm gonna have to get a ride over there at 3 o'clock. So we'll go for about another 15 minutes. We'll probably finish this Google video up and call it good for the day,
cinnamon
boys.
stick, some Sichuan peppercorn, and now a very special ingredient, rock sugar. Now you can definitely use regular sugar, but I've tried this before, but it will be slightly different, especially with the flavor. Followed by some oyster sauce, Shaoxin wine, MSG, and we can't forget soy sauce. Now mix everything well to make sure it's fully mixed, and this is looking great already. But now we're gonna tenderize it, and to do that, add a little bit of water, let the whole thing come up to a simmer, and cover it so it can get nice and tender. In the meantime, we can work on the noodles. Get yourself some of these. You can find it in most Asian stores, but in your worst case scenario, you can buy it in Amazon. They are great noodles. To cook them, start with a little bit of oil and garlic. Let that cook up just for a little bit and add heavy cream. Right before everything comes to a simmer, throw in everything that comes together in the packaging. Now you want to mix it, and as soon as it starts heating up, throw in 1 slice of American cheese. I know it sounds weird, but trust me on this one. Now let the whole thing reduce for a little, because when you're happy with the consistency, go ahead and throw in your cooked noodles. Mix them well and toss the whole thing up. Set that down on a bowl, because by this time, check out the short rib. This is the color you're looking for, friends. Nicely
gorgeous.
golden brown, but nothing is burned. It's just a deep caramelization, which is what you want. Now before adding the short rib, add a tiny bit of chili oil right on top. Now go ahead and be generous with the short rib. To finish it off, a tiny bit of green onions goes right on top, followed by sesame seeds. Because this dish will please a lot of people. Because now let's see how this one will stack up against the sandwich.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Oh,
Ooh,
this is a tough video because that's so good. Oh, wow.
The crust on that short rib is next level. It's crunchy on the outside, but tender on the inside. Very nice.
The short rib has like a Chinese marinade to it. I really like it. It feels like you almost like deep fried it.
It has a little bit of a sweeter side,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And tenderness,
Like that
next level,
sesame
and
ramen
then
thing going on,
crispiness,
man.
almost
Probably
like it was deep fried, like you said.
I'm glad you talked about the sweetness of the short rib because I tried the noodle alone. It is very spicy. And the combination is killer because you have that heat and that sweetness that tones it down immediately. So you really need to have the combo. This was thoughtfully put together and it tastes good.
Amazing. We got it rated. Leo.
I'm giving it an 8 actually.
8. How about you, sir?
I'm gonna give this one a 9.
A 9. Oh, he really enjoyed this one. I'm with you. You know what I mean? This one is absolutely delicious. Normally, when you think about short rib, you only think about savoriness, but this one brings a little bit of sweetness. So I'm also giving it an 8.
Now this next one is far away from traditional, but if you love rice and beef, you're definitely gonna love this one. Now notice that these short ribs are completely boneless. That's better and you'll see why shortly. Because we gotta make a quick rub. Into a bowl, throw in some black pepper, salt, turmeric, cumin, sumac, Aleppo pepper, cinnamon, and coriander. Now mix everything together and that's the rub. You wanna go ahead and sprinkle it all over the short rib. Make sure you get plenty of seasoning as we want this thing to be really flavorful. Now I recommend using a tagine for this, but if you don't have one, a Dutch oven will work. Because first you wanna start with some bone marrow fat, and as soon as that heats up, go ahead and sear the short ribs. We wanna try to get a nice beautiful color on them. That actually takes no time at all, because as soon as you have done so, remove them and set them aside. Using the same exact pan and oil, throw in some jalapenos, followed by a generous amount of white onions. Now I know it looks like a lot, but as it cooks, it will go down tremendously. The key here is to get a nice color on them, using the same pot for everything. As soon as you get a nice beautiful color, take them out and set them aside. Now using the same exact pan, throw in some potatoes. Now season them with a generous amount of sumac, followed by some pomegranate, those beautiful short ribs that we got a nice sear on them, and to let them braise, throw in some beef stock. Now cover it and let it cook in your oven at 300 degrees Fahrenheit. As that's happening, we're gonna make a very special rice. Into a bowl, throw in some plain yogurt, followed by eggs, some salt, black pepper, and saffron water. Now whisk that real good and combine all of these ingredients together. Now go ahead and cook yourself some basmati rice. Then you wanna pour that mix right on top. It's going to make your rice extremely soggy and creamy. That's what you want. Make sure to mix this really well. As now, grab yourself a non-stick pan, spray it with some beef tallow, add a layer of that that beautiful rice we just made, followed by those onions and jalapeno, and top the whole thing
Oh,
off
he's
with
putting
some
that
more
inside
rice.
the
Make
rice?
sure to
God
pack it
damn.
down real good, as now you want to throw it in the oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Leave it there for 30 minutes. As soon as it comes out, go ahead and bang the pan on a cutting board. That way it will come out easily. Check it out. Now you should have extremely crispy edges, as now is where things get interesting. By this time, our short rib is fully cooked, and they are literally fall off the bone tender. So go ahead and set this aside, because we gotta make one last thing. Into a bowl, grab yourself some pomegranate molasses and throw that in, followed by some brown sugar and a little touch of white vinegar. Now keep it under medium heat and whisk everything together, as that takes no time at all because now we plate. So you want to go ahead and place a generous amount of that short rib right on top, followed by that beautiful hot glaze we just made. A tiny bit of pomegranate seeds go right on top, and to finish, some cilantro. Because take a look at this, friends. It's not something you see every day. However, I cannot wait to see how this
Yeah, I
one
don't
is
think I've
going
ever
to
seen
stack
anything
up
quite like
against the
that.
rest.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh,
Ooh, I was not expecting it to be sweet. I got a little sweetness on that.
the flavors on this thing is very, what I like to call exquisite.
You can still taste the beef, and it just has like little subtle notes of sweetness, a little herbalness that I actually really like.
By the way, that's pomegranate molasses.
Oh.
That's why you feel that little sweetness that coming through. If you never tried it, but you highly should.
The flavor of the short rib goes really well with the Middle Eastern spices that you use on the short rib. And then on top of it, that pomegranate molasses, I mean, adds a little bit of a sweetness to it that really brings everything together. And on top of it with a really nice rice with the crispiness on the outside, it's really good.
Okay, enough, because we have to rate it. Sir, what do you think?
I'm gonna give this one a 7.
Okay, how about you?
I'm gonna give this one a 6.
Oh, whoa.
Not my favorite.
I absolutely love it. Don't listen to this guy, but listen to him. I'm giving this one a 9, everybody. I really enjoyed it.
So far, we cover a
Pomegranate
few
and beef. That's
untraditional
not a
short
combination
rib.
I think I'd
say
ever
it's
come
now
up
time
with
for
on
the
my own.
classic. When you think braised short rib,
With
this
mashed
is what
potatoes.
most people think about. And it's actually easier than you think. Go ahead and grab yourself some short rib. Remember one thing, if you start with good meat, you will have great results. So first, into a tray, throw in some all-purpose flour, followed by salt and black pepper. Mix that up real good and give your short rib a nice coating. Then throw in some oil into a pan and immediately start to sear them. That's the key here. You want to get some color on them and flavor right now. Keep an eye on it though, because it doesn't take long. Now using the same exact pan, throw in all of these vegetables. The key here is to deglaze the pan. And since the vegetables have a lot of moisture on them, it makes that job easy. Now add some thyme, followed by salt, a tiny bit of black pepper, and stir everything around. Now go ahead and add some beef stock and let the whole thing come to a simmer. As soon as that happens, go ahead and add all of your short rib. We're gonna cook this down. Now into a separate pan, go ahead and cook some red wine. All we're trying to do here is to reduce it in half. You're looking for it to have this consistency. Now go ahead and throw that into the pan, mix it well, and let the whole thing simmer. Now this is called a cartouche. It's basically a French technique with parchment paper. Now this is great because it keeps the evaporation really low, but it allows moisture to come out, reducing the whole thing nice and slow. And it's pretty simple to do. Now before adding that over, go ahead and add a tiny bit of tomato sauce, place that right on top, and let the whole thing simmer until it's nice and tender and reduced. Because once your short rib is coming off the bone, go ahead and remove it. Now strain the remaining sauce, and you will notice that the fat will stay on the top. Now carefully place this into a pan. We want a little bit of fat, but most of it will remain on the top of the bowl. So set that aside.
so much
Now throw
work,
in
though.
some whole grain mustard, followed by red wine vinegar. Mix that real good, and into the saucepan it goes, making it a cohesive sauce. Now go ahead and boil some potatoes. Now you can definitely use a smasher for this, but if you want yours without any lump, this will just do the job faster. Now throw in some butter, mix the whole thing real good, and taste it for seasoning. If you need salt, now is the time. Because to plate it, you want to create a nice bed of mashed potato, followed by that beautiful braised short rib, and you cannot forget the sauce. Make sure to be generous with it. Now finish it with a tiny bit of chives, and there you have it. The classic short rib. How will this one stack against the rest?
Let's give it a try. Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, this is what you expect short rib to be, everybody. It's a classic. Wow.
That is insanely tender. And in combination with that creamy
God,
mashed
that was
potatoes,
so
it's just
good.
such a soft, succulent, velvety bite. And I love this sauce. It has so much flavor. It's like a deep, savory gravy. That's such a perfect combination. Oh my God, that was an awesome bite.
No, the short rib with the wine reduction sauce on top, it's really good. And I mean, like Leo said, the mashed potatoes, so creamy, so velvety, they're perfect.
If you've never had short rib, everybody, and you're gonna try a recipe for the very first time, this is what you should try. It is a classic French technique, absolutely delicious. You can't go wrong. But now it's time to rate. Leo.
10, that's too good.
10?
10.
Wow, how about you, Felito?
I have to agree, this one gets a 10 for me.
A 10? Oh, wow. I mean, this one is extremely delicious, everybody. But from what we had already, it doesn't stack up against the rest. I'm giving it an 8. Before we try the next one, I want to thank today's sponsor, Home Chef. Let me ask you something. Have you ever looked at your kitchen and thought, yeah, I'm not doing any of this tonight? Because that happens to me too, everybody. That's why I've been using Home Chef. On days that I don't feel like experimenting, Home Chef's oven-ready meals are a lifesaver. Everything comes prepped, and you cook it right in the oven-safe tray. They literally give you no extra pans, no mess, no cleanup marathon after dinner. One of the oven-ready meals I tried was the beef and 3-cheese pasta. You put it in the oven, wait, and somehow it comes out saucy, flavorful, and way better than it has any right to be for how little effort it takes. And when time is really tight, they also have express meals, like this chicken Provençal, which is ready in about 20 minutes. Just use one pan, everything cooks fast, and you're eating before you even think about ordering takeout. That's why Home Chef is ranked #1 in convenience and recipe ease compared to other meal kits. It's real food delivered to your door without turning your kitchen upside down. If you want easy meals with almost no cleanup, check out Home Chef. Use my code GUGA50 for 50% off. The link is in the description below. Thanks Home Chef for sponsoring this video. Now let's get right back to it.
Now let's forget traditional for a second, because you've never seen this one before. And if you think that's caramel on top, no, it is not. Listen to this crispiness. Exactly. You've never seen one like this. That's because no one has ever done it. Let me explain. For a nice presentation, get yourself some long bone short ribs. As you've seen previously, you want to go ahead and start getting a nice sear on them. It doesn't take long. As soon as that's done, set them aside. Now into the same pan, throw in some garlic, black pepper, toast them just for a little bit, and add a generous amount of soy sauce, followed by some bay leaf, brown sugar, some rice vinegar, and water. Now go ahead and whisk that together and immediately throw the short rib right in there. Now if you've ever heard of adobo short rib, that is exactly what I'm trying to make right here. Because a lot of times it's made with pork belly, but I think this is going to work. So after simmering the whole thing down for about an hour, check it out. This is what I have left. And as you can clearly see, it's nice and tender, and the sauce that is left behind is just magical. But we're not done yet, because check out the short rib. I let them cool down a little. Then I grab myself some of this, some rice paper. Now you want to dunk them in some water and immediately cover the short rib with it. Because we already know that the short rib is extremely tender, but now I want a crispy crust. And as you saw in the beginning of the video, this is how you achieve that. Just stick it in the oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit and everything will work just fine. In the meantime, I went ahead and made myself some garlic rice. After adding some oil, go ahead and throw in the garlic. We want them nice and golden brown. As you know, as soon as you start cooking garlic for a little bit, they lose that bitterness and they become slightly sweeter, which I love. Now go ahead and reserve them, but leave the oil behind. Throw in your one-day-old rice, start to break them up and stir-fry them, season them with some salt, soy sauce. Now mix it all together until you have a nice, beautiful color. Add back those garlic chips and a tiny bit of green onions. Now mix it all together as now we plate. Take a look at the short rib now. That is what they look like as soon as they come out of the oven. So we first start with the garlic rice, followed by that beautiful short rib. Because now I'm just wondering, how will this one stack up against the rest?
Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, this is crazy, everybody. Wow.
It's such a unique crunch. That outer layer is insane.
And what's funny to me is like crunchy on the outside and soft and chewy and delicious on the inside with an incredible adobo flavor. Wow.
The combination of the crispiness and the tenderness of the short rib really go hand in hand together. It's delicious. I mean, on top of it with that adobo seasoning that you were talking about. And I would hope that Uncle Roger would be proud of the garlic fried rice because it's really good too.
I hope so, because on his restaurant is very, very good. But yo, this one will give a run for its money, okay, Uncle Roger? It will give a run for its money. Okay, we gotta rate. You, sir?
I'm gonna give it a 7.
How about you?
I'm gonna give it an 8.
8. Wow, this one is absolutely delicious. I'm also an 8.
Now this next one might not look like much, but just wait until you see how it's actually put together. Cause check it out. You want to go ahead and season your short ribs with some salt and pepper. And as we previously done, go ahead and get a nice sear on them. It doesn't take long, so when that happens, set them aside. Because now we go in with some red bell peppers followed by onions. Stir that around and mix them together. Now add some garlic, dates, ginger, some almonds, an orange peel, a cinnamon stick, some orange juice, and a tiny bit of saffron water. Now season it with some black pepper and salt, mix it all together, and let the whole thing simmer down. As soon as it cooks down a little, you want to go ahead and add the short rib right on top. Now just add some braising liquid. I'm doing so with some beef stock. Cover the whole thing and into the oven it goes at 300 degrees Fahrenheit. Because once it comes out, check it out. Let's just say it's not visually very appealing, but that doesn't really matter because it's all about flavor in this thing. As we gotta shred it, and most importantly, we're gonna be using this. However, we don't want much liquid, so throw that into a bowl, followed by the short rib, mix everything together, as now we build. Get yourself some filo dough. You can find it in the frozen aisle. It's super thin, and it's actually what they use for baklava. It's also important to have a non-stick pan. Brush it with some butter, and start adding the filo dough, one at a time. As soon as you have a nice base, add that filling we made previously. Now the thing here is just like a lasagna, you gotta layer it little by little, making it nice and compact. Pressing the whole thing down is the key. As once you finish, fold in the edges, add a little bit of clarified butter, and into the oven it goes at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. And in about 20 minutes, the dough is fully cooked. You wanna go ahead and flip the whole thing over a plate, but we're not done yet. Because to finish, you want to add a little bit of powdered sugar, get yourself a skewer and heat it up real hot. As then you want to caramelize and burn the sugar right on top just like this. Now this is an extremely unique way of having short rib. The question is it better than the other dishes? Well, we're about to find out right now.
Cheers! It's gonna be up there.
Oh wow, there's so much flavor on this thing here. It's absolutely insane.
So tender and so juicy, it almost feels like there's a sauce, but there's no sauce.
No sauce at all. It's just so much fatness, deliciousness, goodness, and addictiveness. Wow.
The dough on the outside super crispy, but the filling though, it's so tender with the seasonings and everything as well. It really just comes together super delicious. You really can't go wrong here.
Gotta vote. Leo.
I'm giving it a 9.
Wow.
I really like this one.
How about you, Felito?
I'm gonna give this one an 8.
An 8. Oh, you know, for me, it reminds me of sweetness for whatever reason, so I'm giving it a 7, even though it's really good, but it doesn't hit the mark.
Now maybe one of the greatest way of having short rib. But it's not just barbecue. First, get your hands on a nice short rib as you already know. You start with good things and you end up with something better. First, to season it. I always season it with salt and pepper separately than any barbecue rub. That way it allows me to control the exact amount of salt. Sometimes when you combine it with a barbecue rub, you just don't use enough or you use too much. Keeping the sauce separately is the key, because once everything is nicely seasoned, into my smoker it goes. Now get yourself some of this. It's called guajillo peppers. I like to remove the seeds, but a lot of people don't. I just like to use the skin. And usually they come dehydrated and you gotta rehydrate them some way somehow. So I went ahead and melted a generous amount of butter, threw some garlic in there, followed by a generous amount of guajillo, mixed everything together, and now let me show you where the magic happens. Because since I got a smoky flavor on my ribs already, in they go to confit. Yes, we're gonna cook this in butter, making it extremely tender, juicy, and delicious. Now there is no time for this. It is ready once it's nice and tender. And as I'm pulling this out, I can confirm it's tender. So tender that the bones not only come out, I can stick them and it feels like butter. Now you can eat it just like this or enjoy it in many different ways. Let me show you my favorite. You wanna go ahead and shred the whole thing? Because we're gonna make crispy cheese tacos with it.
I thought you just
first went
like
ahead
a
and
burger
melted some
style
cheese,
deal.
then the corn
Holy.
tortilla goes right on top. As soon as you start getting a nice golden brown color, add a generous amount of short rib right on top, and using that remaining butter from the confit, go ahead and put it right over. This will make it extremely juicy, but most importantly, nice and crispy. That's what you want out of a crispy cheese taco. The only thing left to do now is to plate them up, add some onions and tomatoes right on top, followed by some pico onions. Because this one might just rank higher than all others. We're about to find out right now.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Mmm.
Ooh.
I'm in love with Mexican food. The flavor coming out of this thing is so good. What do you think, sir?
I love this caramelized cheese. It's crispy, it has a nice texture,
good.
and it adds
All
such
right,
a delicious
friends,
flavor. This
we
is
are going to call it there. Sorry, that was only we're about just under 3 hours. Got to cut it short today. I got to get a lift over to pick up my vehicle from the shop before they close. So I'm going to take care of that. I'll probably be gone for an hour or so. So no time to come back and get stream going again. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. Keep your eyes peeled. I'm going to have the announcement video coming out on the 5Ks here pretty quick. Need it to blow up. Share it. Love it. Comment. You guys know what to do. You guys are beasts when it comes to the videos. So yeah, I think we had a successful stream, and we're going to go from there. Hope you guys have a fantastic evening. We'll be live Wednesday at noon, as is tradition, and we'll see y'all then. Bye-bye.